All right, Desiree is playing this morning against Missy. And Missy says here, you work at the Ford factory. Which factory are you working at?
The Dearborn truck plant.
I can hear you right now. Are you okay to play while you're on the line?
Absolutely.
Will there be something not in any of these cars because you're doing this? Like, will there be no glove compartment or something? Or
No, I'm a woman. I can multitask.
I love it. Yes, you can. You know that. You know we know. You know we know. All right, well, hold on.
Go, girlfriend.
Hold on 1 second. We're going to lock you up, Desiree, in a soundproof area. We're going to begin this contest. 5 pop culture trivia questions. Whoever gets the most right wins. Tie always goes to the champion. Question number 1. Missy Penn Bagley is commenting on Cardi B's very vocal obsession with his Netflix show about a man who crushes on a woman becoming sinister. What's that show called?
3 seconds. Is she here?
Oh, are you there? Say that again.
Yeah, I'm here.
What is the name of the show?
Can you repeat that? Because
Okay. You know what? I think I had a phone issue in that one. Penn Bagley is commenting on Cardi B's very vocal obsession with his Netflix show about a man who crushes on a woman becoming sinister. What's that show called?
3 seconds. 3,
goodness.
2, 1.
All right, too much time.
Yeah.
We're going to pass on that one, okay?
Yeah, sorry.
All right. Question number 2. Cade Cunningham is the first Detroit Piston since 2004 to have 30 points and 10 rebounds in a playoff game. Who was the last player to complete that feat? I'll give you a multiple choice. Was it A, Chauncey Billups, B, Isaiah Thomas, or C, Richard Hamilton?
I'm going to say A.
Question number 3. George Clooney says that he and his wife have never, ever fought. What's her first name?
Amal.
Question number 4. Pope Francis's funeral mass will be set for Saturday. What Latin American country is he originally from?
3 seconds.
What country?
Yeah, what Latin American country is Pope Francis originally from?
2.
I think it's Argentina.
And question number 5, I'd give it to her. She knows. Come on. Meghan Markle's. Yeah, I mean, she's. Well, yeah,
I'm glad it's not a throwback throwdown.
Listen, Kaji B, not Cardi B, doesn't even know Jay Sean and Lil Wayne or the Linkin Park song.
They're hard today. We'll give it.
Come on.
We'll give it to
And question number 5, Meghan Markle's Netflix show called Pearl was just canceled amid claims that she copied the idea from a children's author. What is Meghan the Duchess of?
3 seconds. 3, 2, 1.
Pass on that one. Too much time.
No, I said Sussex.
Well, the problem was you said Sussex after the third. He said 3. So yeah. So that's it. I can only cheat for you so much.
3 out of 5. You
Three out
still
of
didn't
5.
do too bad.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you.
I hear the factory. I can hear that. What kind of car are they building there? What Ford car?
The F-150.
I love it.
Hey.
Yeah.
America's best-selling truck.
All right. Here we go. Desiree, question number 1. Penn Bagley is commenting on Cardi B's very vocal obsession with this Netflix show about a man who crushes on a woman who becomes sinister. What's that show called?
You?
You.
1-0.
Season 5 on the way.
Question number 2. Cade Cunningham is the first Detroit Piston since 2004 to have 30 points and 10 rebounds in a playoff game. Who is the last player to complete that feat? I'll give you a multiple choice. Was it A, Chauncey Billups, B, Isaiah Thomas, or C, Richard Hamilton?
B?
No, not Isaiah. It was Chauncey Billups.
1-1.
Question number 3. She's got to get at least 3 right to win. She's only got 1 right. Question number 3. George Clooney says that he and his wife have never, ever fought. What's her first name?
Amal.
Yes.
2-2.
Question number 4. Just need one more for a tie at least. Get both of these for a clean win. Pope Francis's funeral mass will be set for this Saturday. What Latin American country is he originally from?
Oh,
3
was
seconds.
it Argentina?
Yes.
3-3.
Or Argentine.
And question number 5, Meghan Markle's Netflix show called Pearl was just canceled amid claims that she copied the idea from a children's author. What is Meghan the Duchess of?
Oh,
3.
Wales?
No. It's Toledo. That's Megan Mick from the show. Toledo. No, Sussex.
Oh.
Sussex.
She wins with a tie. Final score
If you,
3-3.
Missy, if you would have gotten through before Kev said 3, you would have won that contest.
I swore I did, darn it.
Missy, I'm sorry,
Yes.
Missy.
Back to building that beautiful vehicle. What colors are coming off the lot or off the rails right now? What do you got there? What kind of colors coming by?
Red, black, white,
Oh man.
like a dark blue.
Okay. I like it, huh? Look at that. I've always wanted to, if anybody ever has the ability to like give me a tour of a factory, I would love to do that sometime. Never done it. I've done the Rouge tour, but I'd like to like where exactly are you, Missy?
Well, that's the plant I work at, is the Rouge.
I've done just the one that everybody gets to do. Like I want to go the nuts and bolts. I want to get right there with you.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I want to go in the cafeteria where all the gossip is.
Definitely different kind of job.
All right, hang on one second. We're going to set you up with a parting gift. That noise, by the way, would ruin my ears. We're going to set you up with a parting gift this morning. We've got Urban Air as a sponsor this week. Urban Air Adventure Park, 4-pack of premium passes. Enjoy that with your family. Hang on one second. We'll get you set up.
It's Mojo in the mornings, 5 to 6:55.
WKQI Detroit, WSNX Muskegon, Grand Rapids, WVKS Toledo. 3 great stations, 1 stupid show. This is Mojo in the Morning, live.
Do we really only have one call for this? Is
all we need.
nobody listening right now? What is going on, Lydia? Did anybody call during the time we were doing the 5 to 6:55?
Well, I was talking to Desiree at the same time as Missy was going, and it took about 3 minutes for her to get through 5 pop culture questions. So
Okay. All right. So here we go. 5 calls says it all, or I'm doing 1 call because I only got 1 call on the board here right now. Which one of these songs that do we play? Or you know what? Maybe I just want to play a song. I'm fine with it.
No, I like all
You
this.
mad?
No, there's no calls on the call screen here.
All we needed was 1 to break the tie.
Well, we need 5 though because we always do 5 calls says it all.
Well, today is 1 and get it done.
Or is that how we changed the rules here?
No, it's just today, bro. Let's make it work.
Well,
this person called in. We should not deny
All
them
right.
the opportunity to get their vote.
Amy, your choices here.
Unless she votes for
your choices are, and we got to narrow it down because I see that you're voting for the song that doesn't even have any votes.
Oh no.
So
know.
I know you wanted to hear Linkin Park. Unfortunately, that song did nothing when we went around the room here.
I know.
So you can't vote for that one. You got to vote for either Jay Sean, Lil Wayne, Down, or you got to vote for "Live Your Life" by Rihanna and T.I. Which one are you voting for?
Well, I guess I will vote for Live Your Life.
Live Your
Even though Lincoln Park gets me up, it improves my mood. So I guess
I know.
You
I
already
guess
made
I'll
your
have to
choice.
agree.
You know what? Your mood's going to be ruined today then. All right, here we go.
No, it's so far so good.
Have a great morning. We appreciate you. 1 call
you,
says
girl.
it all.
Stop looking at what you ain't got. Start being thankful for what you do.
Mojo in the morning.
Let's get it to him, baby girl. Hey.
That's
right.
Fancy clothes, fancy cars, and then you see they're gonna go far, 'cause everyone knows who you are.
Let's go.
So live your life. You steady chasing that big bar, just live your life. Ain't got no time for no haters, just live your life. Go tell them where to
haters say ignore them till they fade away. Amazing they ungrateful after all the game I gave away. Safe to say I paved the way for you cats to get paid today. Still be wasting days away now had I never saved the day.
Live your life. Good morning. It's Mojo in the Morning Show, your home of War of the Roses, the Throwback Throwdown. Live your life. Good morning. It's Mojo in the Morning Show, your home of War of the Roses, the Throwback Throwdown, second date update, Dirty on the 30, 5 Lies Tell Your Mom. We've got a War of the Roses coming up this hour. A girlfriend thinks that her boyfriend is cheating. Her reasoning behind this is all stemming from the fact that she found a condom in his car and they're not doing it in a car, and the whole background about the fact that he actually has cheated before. They've been together for 8 years. 8 years dating, not one talk of him putting a ring on her finger. So that's also seems weird to me too, that long relationship. We'll get into that this hour coming up after Shannon's Next Dirty. It's Mojo in the Morning Show. Megan Mick, the big announcement came down yesterday that Megan is going to be leaving radio. Megan is getting out of the public eye, being off the radio, not going to be doing this anymore. She's got just a couple of weeks with us. If you missed the podcast of that or missed the video of that, you can go see that. Check that out. Was it tough for you to do that? Because it was funny. I went back and I looked at the video of that, and I got emotional at a couple of points. Was it tough for you? Because
Nah.
you didn't get emotional at all, and I wondered.
You are so upset that I did not.
Do you not love us?
Yeah, that's it.
Are you emotional about this, or is this like
No.
happy? I'm happy getting out of here.
I'm happy. It's my
So it's good.
decision.
Oh my God, I watched the video last night and I was sitting on my kitchen floor like petting the dogs, and I watched it after Bianca had posted it, and I'm sitting there crying, and I hear
know.
Wes from the other room go, "Are you okay? What's wrong?" And I'm like, I'm watching Megan's announcement today.
That's how I was.
I am not
I was
okay.
too. Yeah.
Shouldn't you want me to be happy with this decision?
Yes, but selfishly, I don't want you to go.
I get that. But it's really weird to me that all of you are like, you seem like you're confident in what you're choosing to do with your life. Are you sure?
No, I just thought there would be, a level of, I think anytime that there's change, I get emotional about it. But I don't know. I not that I don't want you to cry. I want you to be happy about it, but I don't think you're going to miss us.
Probably not.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
All right. You know what? Honestly, that gives me peace. That gives me peace, though, knowing that that you're happy with that and that you're ready and gearing up for this. And I hope that the listeners feel that same comfort too, and knowing that this is something that Megan wants to do and she wants to get away from all this. So,
She tell you it's just well thought out.
Yeah, that's good. So what was yesterday like for you? Did you get a ton of text messages and everything?
Oh, it was overwhelming. I really needed to turn my phone off at some point. I just couldn't deal with it. But are you? I'm confused. Are we talking about?
I'm talking in general. You can talk about the topic plan, but I'm just talking. Who was all texting you yesterday?
Oh, everybody from former coworkers to friends and family, and I guess I didn't realize how many people in my life didn't know what was going on. So a lot of people were reaching out and like, oh yeah, I didn't tell you what was going on. My bad.
That was a question that I had for you was, I feel like when you make big announcements like the one that you made yesterday, people come out of the woodwork that maybe you haven't heard from in a while, or just people that you didn't know cared. Was there someone or some people that you heard from that you were like blown away?
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, I think the funniest thing was I have a lot of family that was like, so what's the plan? I was like, oh, you have no idea what's been going on in my life for a minute. I'm trying to think who else reached out. A lot of people who used to be in the industry reached out. I think our industry is very unique in the fact that we all, experience like the same life almost in a way. So a lot of people are like, it's going to be a wild ride leaving, but don't worry, it'll be fine in a while. Once you come to terms with it, it'll be fine. I'm like, okay, thanks. I appreciate hearing that. And then, I'm trying to think who else. Yeah, just like a lot of loved ones, which was really nice. A lot more people reached out than I thought would, which was interesting, including, and I know he's probably listening right now, my realtor. Love him. He's like, so are we buying a place?
Oh my God. Never a missed opportunity.
I love him.
Do you own your house still?
I don't, no.
You sold it to your brother.
I did.
So he's legally on the paperwork, and you can't get that house back from him.
I know.
Because I always wondered if that was the case, that you maybe were renting it to him, and that you'll just eventually go back and move back into that house.
I didn't have the money for it, so.
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know if he was paying the mortgage or whatever.
I didn't have enough money to take care of it.
So is your thoughts to live? I know going back to Toledo is where you want to go. Do you want to live in that same area, or are you thinking of a whole new thing?
I don't think I can afford a house right now in this market, so that's not the plan for quite a while. Unfortunately, because I did buy a house, I lost out on that first-time home buyer deal. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I don't believe I will ever be able to afford a house again if it stays the way that it is. What
will you do? Will you move in with any family, or are you gonna get an apartment right away?
No, I have a place.
You have a place you already got a place in Toledo?
I do.
You already got a place in Toledo?
I do.
How did you get, didn't you resign a lease here and stuff?
I did.
So how does that work? How does that happen?
Staying with the same company. So they're just transferring.
So they just transferred
it was
Detroit
really
to Toledo.
Nice. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. I had no clue. That's wild.
It ain't your business.
Well, no, I'm just saying. Well, no, but I think it's the listeners want to know.
This up for a minute, bro.
I think this has been going on for a while. That's probably why there was no emotions. I don't know.
She went through our whole process. We just telling everybody at this point. So
yeah,
ain't really gonna be no emotion.
I think that's the thing, because I know Shannon, you and I had a conversation where you just felt like, man, I thought that we would at least. She would at least kind of say, hey, there's some things that
She knows this. I told her when I found out from everybody else, and I was like, you bitch did not tell me that you were even contemplating this.
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah, you should ask Katie and Jillian, my friends, when I left Toledo to come up here. Oh, they didn't know either. Blindsided them was moved 3 days later. I don't tell anybody what's going on in my life.
Are you going to surprise us? Have you already moved?
Yeah.
You already moved back home?
Yeah.
So when did you move out of your place here?
A couple weeks ago.
I'm going to be quiet. I might say something that might get me fired in this bitch.
I'm hiring.
What?
Please don't. We can't lose anybody else.
Yeah, I know.
Okay?
Shannon, it's
so
you
just
and I.
shut up.
No, I got, for sure.
But no, I think that's kind of wild, though, that I'm hiring a private investigator to figure out what all the rest of you guys are doing.
Do you want to know what's so funny? So you told me this like yesterday or the day before, and Megan and I share each other's location. So clearly I never
check it.
I never check her location because even last night I had texted her a video that I found when I was looking through like old photos, in anticipation of posting something. And her location very clearly said Toledo, Ohio under Megan Meg, which I have not noticed for however long it's been since you've moved.
Shocked you haven't noticed. Shocked. I
Right
literally was like, if anybody's going to notice, it's going to be Shannon. She's going to be texting me and she's going to see, like, it says Toledo.
I didn't.
You never caught on. I could not believe it.
But the amazing thing is, though, that I said this to all of you guys, I knew she was, I knew she was back in Toledo because every day she was going back to Toledo. And so I thought to myself, okay, Megan wants to go back to Toledo because she was going back so frequently that she was homesick. And I thought that there was one of those things where it was that she wasn't, and on the weekends, you weren't hanging out and doing stuff downtown Detroit or anything like that.
True.
So
that actually didn't.
I saw you more in Toledo.
That actually didn't give me as much of a hint as I think it did you, only because I was the same way. Once you have your dentist, your hair person, your gynecologist, it really takes you a while to kind of make that switch. Like even when I lived in Indianapolis for college or Atlanta, I would still come home to do all of those things. We're actually going through this with my mom right now. She moved from downriver up to Oakland County. She moved to Royal Oak, and she's still driving downriver for everything. And I had to say to her, I'm like, Mom, your life is, an hour north now. It's going to be so much easier for you to just do everything here. And she can't.
And I'm closer
she can't
than
let
that.
go.
Like, my hair person is 35 minutes away. Do you not run errands that are 35 minutes away?
What are you talking about?
Oh, I'm so lazy. I do everything that's right around
You
me.
you don't do anything outside of the city that you live in?
No, but I'm saying live. Like in the mornings, I could tell that you were probably coming from a little bit further than 10 minutes down the road.
Oh, I just started saying on weeknights a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
Yesterday was the first night that I was down there.
I listen, in my heart of you missing Toledo, I felt like you missed Toledo a year and a half ago. Like I felt like this was something that the moment you moved to Detroit, I felt like the novelty wore off of that fast because you miss your life that you had and you missed your family.
I think I love Detroit. I don't know why you think I didn't love it here. I loved it so much here. I loved the city. I mean, every time you called me, I was walking around the city. I was on the Riverwalk. I was I was constantly out doing stuff and finding small businesses, and I loved all of that. Spent a lot of time in Midtown. Spent a lot of time going. 2 weeks ago, I spent 6 hours walking around looking for a specific Walgreens. Like it was just like I spent all my time walking around and going through the city. I loved it. No, I think you guys are saying like I never spent time in Detroit, which is not true. We also just did the math on how much people spent to stay with me in Detroit, which was way more money than I expected. I owe people a lot of money. And then, I went home, but you're acting like home was so far away and I never spent time here.
I think, though, that after the show was over with, like when we would have show meetings and stuff, you'd be like, I got to go. I'm going to Toledo today. You were doing that so frequently as if you're commuting back and forth.
Well, listen, I had therapy every other week, and then I had...
Megan, I'm not trying to put you on the defensive. I'm just saying I knew your heart was always in Toledo. And that's why when you were doing this whole thing, like, hey, I don't, I'm gonna get out of radio thing. I was like kind of shocked by that because I thought, okay, maybe she'll just move back and do the show back in Toledo, kind of like she had done prior, where she had done it from the KISS studios, and then it was no, I want not just to move back there. I want to get out of this. I want to get out of the whole being on the radio and being in radio. So I think that's kind of where it was for me, but I'm happy for you. I'm so happy that you're going to do what you want to do. And I'm so happy that you're not going to have to worry about people like us asking you questions about where you were, because guess what? Whatever you go do next, people are going to be like, hey, what's your name? How are you? What's going on? And they're not going to sit there and ask you, did you go on a date last night? Did you sleep with somebody? What do you think of this person cheating on their spouse?
Can't turn off your location.
Tell me what your
I'm still going to track you.
Tell me what your thoughts are about Puff Daddy or whatever the deal is, So, Ari, what's going on? It's Mojo in the morning. If you missed the announcement yesterday that Megan is getting out of radio and getting out of the public eye to go back and live a normal life in Toledo. What's going on?
Yeah, Megan, I'm super excited for you, but I got to know now. When you said you were out of town or took a vacation to help a family member move, was it actually you moving?
It wasn't, which is super unfortunate. It's been a messy couple of weeks.
I asked the same question.
It's been a messy
I never
couple
thought
of weeks.
about that
I asked
until Ari
the
said
same
that.
question.
No, It's been really, really, really messy the past couple of weeks. I genuinely was super sick for 3 weeks, and there have been some aspects of relationships in my life that have not been going well for people. It's been so I don't think I've slept in a month.
Wow.
that I could cry over. I could use a good nap.
There
I
was
think you need to take a real vacation.
Yes,
somebody
it would be nice.
Somebody texted me. I did not read, and don't be offended anybody for this. I did not read any of the comments on any of the stuff yesterday, because partially there's two reasons. Number one, comments that are negative towards Megan, and one of the reasons why I believe that Megan is tired of this whole thing, bother me, and I don't want to have to sit there and have to argue back and forth. And secondly, the comments from people anytime there's a change on the show, I will never listen again, and it says top fan. And I'm going, okay, well, you're obviously been a long time commenter on our stuff, and I'll never listen to the show. All right, we'll see you in about 3 months from now when there's somebody else sitting in a chair. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
They always come back. I've been listening for 20-something years. So.
Somebody texted me a comment yesterday that said, Megan wasn't really sick a couple weeks ago. It was Megan upset at Tony Travato and Mojo. And all these people that were saying because they overworked her and that's why she lost her voice.
Well, I mean, they're not wrong, but I also did sound like this. Wait, that might not be the right one. Hold on. Oh, no, that's not. Wait, I can find it.
Here's an example of what my voice sounds like.
Sound like one of them sisters from The Simpsons.
Yeah.
So it was both. I mean, it was both.
I just,
I love conspiracy theories when it comes to this. I really do.
Coy, what's going on? It's Mojo in the morning.
Hey, Mojo. First of all, I'm calling to say, Megan, I'm sorry sad to see that you're going, but I do wish you the best of luck.
Thanks, babe.
And
no problem.
Coy, are you also wondering where I'm living? Because I just want you to know that I just officially have decided I'm moving to Florida full time. Because that's
funny.
I don't know how you moved so fast.
That.
I can't believe that Megan moved as fast as this and got out of here without us even having a clue. I want more friends like you that don't ask me to help move.
Didn't ask anybody.
That's amazing. I mean, seriously, would you love to have the blink in the eye move like that?
I wish I was a minimalist. I'll tell you that.
What's going? And I can't believe that nobody from your building, who I actually have met 2 or 3 listeners of ours,
it's almost like
even sold you out for
they
using using the freight elevator. You had to. Did you have to have that in your apartment where you have to reserve the elevator for moving?
I did.
Aubrielle, what's up?
Hi.
What's going on?
I just want to say I'm
it's a
going to
kid.
miss you, Megan.
Oh, my goodness. Thanks.
How old are you, Aubrielle?
10.
Oh my gosh, Megan, you're breaking this kid's heart.
I know. I've been called a heartbreaker for many years at this point, so I'll just continue that trend on my way out the door.
Aubrielle, can you talk Megan into staying?
I don't know. Hi, Megan. I love you.
Oh, my God. That's going to
So the kids came home. They've been away with their dad, and they got home at like 11 o'clock last night. And I was tucking them into bed, and Lucy always goes, "What's the tea that I missed from the week?" And I said, "Well, I'll catch you up tomorrow." But actually, Megan announced that she's leaving the show today, and she was like, "What?" She was so upset.
Sorry, Lucy.
Savannah, you say that Megan, in her move that she's doing right now, relates to what you're thinking about. What's going on?
Yeah, I moved 2 hours away from my whole family, just kind of spur of the moment for a best friend, and now I really miss my family, and I want to move back, but because my heart's there, but my job's here.
Yeah. Oh, that's so tough.
It's tough being away.
It's so tough.
Yeah.
It's so tough, and I think it's hard to get that work-life balance down and then focusing on putting roots down somewhere. I think I was really lucky that I was so close to friends and family and all of that stuff, because when you have such limited free time and you still have that connection to the people you care about, I was so lucky. So lucky.
Right. I feel like I just got broken up with.
No, not at all. Not at all. You'll just start dating one of my best friends, and then we'll put you on War of the Roses.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Savannah, Megan's going to be with us for a couple of weeks, so we're going to celebrate Megan, celebrate this move, and then hopefully maybe this is one of those situations, Megan, where like you have said yesterday that a lot of listeners have helped you get through a lot of things. Maybe you doing this move and this big step will help them have the courage to do what you're doing.
Yeah, I hope so. I wish more people would take care of themselves and do what's right for them. I think I'm not alone in the fact that I never put myself first until the past year and a half. And it's changed everything, man. I'm golden. I would love some Harry Styles golden right now.
Good for you. I don't have it because I have a commercial break. I'll get it for you during this commercial break. We'll play it for you on the iHeartRadio app where we don't play commercials. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Add the Mojo in the Morning Show to your presets on our free iHeartRadio app. And never miss a show. Channel 955.
It's Mojo in the Mornings, Motor City Traffic.
7:28. We are at 45 degrees, sunshine, a high of 66 today, in the low 70s tomorrow, getting up near 80 with sunshine on Thursday. Out in the streets right now, eastbound 96 to Jeffries at Newburgh Road. You are going to see an accident blocking the right lane. It's stop and go from 275, an accident westbound 696 after DeQuinder. The right shoulder block, 75 southbound after East Talley Road. A 10-minute delay, 94 westbound between 8 Mile and Gratiot, and you've got a little bit of slow traffic, 94 eastbound between Michigan Avenue and 14th Street. That's your Channel 955 traffic on Mojo in the Morning.
War of the Roses next.
Channel 955.
An iHeart radio station.
This report is sponsored by Michigan State University Federal Credit Union.
At MSU FCU, you can get behind the wheel now and make no payments for 90 days. That means more road trips, more playlists, and less stress. If you live in Michigan, you can be a member. Apply today at msufcu.org/auto loan or stop by a branch. Let's roll.
Want to live in Birmingham? If you've been thinking about renting, there's some great rentals there. It's called Birmingham Point. It's luxury living right there in the heart of one of the most beautiful communities ever. And they're brand new units right now available to rent and go through a tour of today. Birmingham Point, with all kinds of great amenities, state-of-the-art fitness center, concierge service, and more. Go to FHSliving.com to see what I'm talking about. That's FHSliving.com.
Right now during the Jeep Celebration event, well-qualified current FCA employee lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xE for $289 a month for 24 months with $2,879 due at signing. Tax, title, license extra. No security deposit required. Call 1-888-925-JEEP for details. Requires dealer contribution and lease through Stellantis Financial. Current vehicle must be registered to consumer at least 30 days prior to lease to qualify. Extra charge for miles over 20,000. Includes 7,500 EV cap cost reduction. Not all customers will qualify. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 4:30. Jeep is a registered trademark.
This hour is sponsored by Sam Bernstein Law.
Injured? Call 1-800-CALL-SAM because we're Michigan's most experienced personal injury law firm.
You know, I've been getting the same bowl from Chipotle since I was in high school. Steak bowl, white rice, extra black beans. It's a very basic bowl, but Chipotle honey chicken, when I saw that on the menu, oh my God, I had to give it a shot. It's Jed from The Joe Show, and I can't tell you how much I love Chipotle's honey chicken. It's got the perfect amount of spice, the perfect amount of sweetness to it. So do yourself a favor, get on in, try the Chipotle honey chicken because it's only here for a limited time, and you've got to try it. Order however you'd like at your Chipotle restaurant, on the Chipotle app, or Chipotle.com.
I'm Wayne County Sheriff Raphael Washington, and our agency is moving in a positive direction. We're in our brand new state-of-the-art criminal justice center in Detroit and are hiring good people to serve as sheriff deputies. This noble profession offers opportunities to work in our road patrol, courts, or other departments. We offer paid training, a competitive salary, tuition reimbursement, and other benefits. Apply for this career by visiting www.sheriffconnect.com/join.
I mean, the deal is just absolutely incredible. There is only one company offering you 81 months no interest, and that's Michigan's very own Wallside Windows. They're exclusive. 81 months no interest if you're looking for a window or a house full of windows for your home with no down payment, by the way, and half off every window. Only Wallside can give you this kind of affordable quality because they are the factory. 81 months, no interest, no down payment, half off every window. Call Wallside today or go to wallside.com.
When it comes to restoring cars, Diego's got skills. And with Total Wireless in his corner, the whole world sees them. With the dual camera system on his new iPhone 13, he can take amazing car photos and post them on the fly with super fast 5G and even turn this hobby into a full-time gig. His claim to fame? Claiming iPhone 13 with 5G on us. Get iPhone 13 with 5G on us when you switch to the Total 5G or 5G Plus Unlimited 3-month plan. Total Wireless, in your corner. For limited time while supplies last. Valid in store. Device taxes and fees may apply. Requires port in and ID verification. Restrictions apply.
Great news, Detroit. It's Credit Amnesty Week at Summit Place Kia in Clinton Township and Summit Place Kia in Auburn Hills. This is Tanya Lalonde reminding you that during Credit Amnesty Week, you can be approved for an award-winning new Summit Place Kia, even if your credit is less than perfect. So, if you really want a new Kia, but your credit's not so good, come see me, Tanya Lalonde, today during Credit Amnesty Week at Summit Place Kia in Clinton Township and Summit Place Kia in Auburn Hills. You're going to love Summit Place Kia. I guarantee it.
You should be driving a Kia from Summit Place Kia. Summit Place Kia.
Michigan Auto Law, the law firm that puts people over everything.
People call Michigan Auto Law when they need help, not just because we win more million-dollar auto settlements than any other firm in Michigan, which we do, but because we put people over everything.
Hey, Detroit fans, ready for an unforgettable season with the Tigers? Here's your chance to hit it every week. When the Tigers slug 2 or more home runs in a home game at Comerica Park, you score a $5 casino bonus. That's right. Every time Detroit crushes at least 2 dingers over the fence, you get a bonus to use on the exciting Detroit Tigers Lucky Tap. You can claim this awesome offer once per week, Monday through Sunday, and keep the excitement going all season long. So don't let this offer strike out. Step up to the plate, grab your bonus, and join the action today. BetMGM is an official gaming partner of the Detroit Tigers and an official gaming partner of Major League Baseball. BetMGM.com for T's and C's. 21 plus to wager. Michigan only. All promotions are subject to qualification and eligibility requirements. Rewards issued as non-withdrawable site credit bonus bets unless otherwise provided in the applicable terms. Rewards subject to expiry. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, help is available. Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hi, I'm Stacy Reeves, a DTE Field Operations Supervisor. When DTE invests, it works. Our crews are in the field every day working to deliver reliable power, and we've made great strides towards our goal to dramatically reduce outages by 2029. Last year, DTE customers saw nearly 70% improvement in time spent without power. We're proud to be building a smarter, cleaner, and stronger grid to power Michigan's future. Because when we invest, it works.
Switch to Boost Mobile and get unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month forever. That's right. No price hikes, no contracts. $25 forever. Visit a Boost Mobile store today. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for mouth-watering meals and appetizing ingredients. Our low prices add up to big savings. Plus, over $600 in digital coupons each week. And up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. At Kroger, you always get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
You can save big on 12 packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Vernors, or 7-Up. Select varieties or buy 2, get 3 free with your card. Limit 10. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Listen to Channel 955 anytime. Free on the iHeart app.
Presented by Top Dog Law. Top Dog get you top dollar. Go to topdoglaw.com. That's topdoglaw.com.
Do you owe the IRS or state tax? Don't fear a levy. Hire a levy. 800-TAX-LEVY.
More Mojo in seconds.
So right now at Zat Ford, they have rolled out employee pricing for everyone. So it's time for you to go see Steve Cabara and his team over at Zat Ford in Holly. You're going to pay what they pay, which guarantees you the lowest price, period. On top of that, Zat Ford has huge incentive, which means that you can save up to 25% off the sticker price on a brand new Ford. And Ford is the only manufacturer, got it, there we go, actually lowering their prices right now. I've heard that lots of car companies actually raising their prices. Now, that's going to drive up used car value. So when you trade in your current ride at Zat Ford, they're going to offer you the highest trade-in value and still get you the lowest price possible on your brand new Ford. Now, that is perfection right there. That is the dream. And speaking of dream, you're going to find your dream vehicle when you go to Zat Ford in Holly. Get all the details and surf Zat's tariff-free inventory at dealsinthed.com.
This report is sponsored by Cordell & Cordell.
Weather today, lots of sunshine and a high of 66. Tomorrow, partly sunny and highs up near 70.
Cordell & Cordell. Divorce and family law. CordellCordell.com. 866-323-7529. 866-323-7529. Joseph Cordell, Principal Partner. CordellCordell.com.
This hour of Mojo in the Morning is powered by the new $5 Mega Millions game from the Michigan Lottery.
Live from the Planet Fitness Studios. Planet Fitness, judgment-free and just $15 a month.
This hour on Channel 955, powered by Michigan Auto Law. Auto accident attorneys. Visit Autolaw.com.
That's Autolaw.com.
Cheat and you'll get caught. It's the War of the Roses in minutes on Mojo in the Morning.
All right, we're going to give you a chance to win a brand new car before we get to the Dirty and War of the Roses. 844 Mojo Live, 844-665-6548. The 95th caller is going to get in for the contest that we're going to be doing at Moran Automotive, Moran Chevrolet on Gratiot, in your chance to win a brand new car. Find the fob, 844-665-6548. Could be any car on their lot, any of those Chevys, the Trax, the Traverse, the Tahoe,
The Silverado,
the Colorado,
the Suburban.
Hold on, how many more cars do I know? I'm going through the list. Oh, how about a Blazer? Yes. Ding, 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 ding.
Did we say Trax?
Yes,
Okay.
Trax. Yeah. Give you a
Show
ding, ding,
one.
ding.
Cute one. There's a lot of them.
A lot of cars. So your chance to win. Good luck.
Mojo in the Morning's Dirty on the 30.
Busting a Cheater coming up here in just a few moments on the Mojo in the Morning show. And Shannon with what's going on in the Dirty.
Can we talk about superstar Cade Cunningham
Let's
for
talk
just
about
a
it.
moment? Where's your little horn blowing thing over
Pistons
there?
leading at 64-53. Brunson put it up high. Knocked out of there by Towns, but right to Cunningham. That's saucy! Cade Cunningham!
33 points, 12 rebounds, giving us a win against the Knicks for Game 2 of the playoffs, which means this series now heads to Little Caesars Arena on Thursday night, which hasn't hosted a Pistons playoff game since 2019.
Brunson gets it in. Caught by Towns. Brunson will fire. And that's it. The Pistons end the longest losing streak in NBA playoff history. They win their first postseason game since 2008.
Wow.
How excited are you, Kev, to be at LCA on Thursday for all this?
I'm incredibly excited. I mean, outside of the fact that obviously what I do for the team, but just to be a Detroiter, to have basketball as my favorite sport, to go through all the years of just being down. And I mean, there were people literally wearing trash bags on their hair last year. I don't think people understand how bad we were last year. We won, I think we won, it was either 14 or 18 games last year. And we've tripled the amount of win totals over the course of the season. That's unheard of.
Biggest
What do you
turnaround
mean?
in sports, by the way.
People were wearing trash bags, like fans at LCA. Why
Yeah,
are you even paying for a
fire-
ticket if you're going to do that? That's so
Because a lot of them are season ticket holders. It happened with the Lions. Remember when they were in the stands with the paper bags over their faces
You're
saying,
over
I'm
16
embarrassed to be a season ticket
You
holder.
used to hear the chant, sell the team.
Yeah.
sell
I remember
all
that.
man.
Yeah.
And to see where we are today, it's incredible.
What's the turnaround? Is the turnaround a new GM? Is the turnaround a new coach? What is the turnaround?
I think it's all that. I think the best system is a belief system, and I think we believed once we had this new energy. There was a new perspective. There was a new outlook. There was like possibility. And sometimes you just need to clean house and get some new energy, man. And that new energy just brings about a change. And I think health played a role. I think leadership played a role. We got a lot of new free agents, a lot of veteran players who've had success throughout their entire careers and are able to show a young team that has lost a lot, like, hey, it does get better.
Yeah.
Man.
This morning, the world continues to pay tribute to Pope Francis, who passed away yesterday at the age of 88. His death certificate released by the Vatican overnight. Died of a stroke that prompted a coma and then irreversible heart failure.
Thousands of Catholics gathered last night for a prayer of the Rosary in St. Peter's Square, joining people around the world in mourning for Pope Francis. Today, cardinals from around the world are expected to gather in Rome, deciding on dates for the Pope's funeral, generally taking place within a week. The cardinals also deciding on when to begin the conclave to elect a new Pope, which usually begins 15 to 20 days after the Pope's death. The Vatican saying Francis died yesterday morning after suffering a stroke and heart failure.
Cari fratelli e sorelle.
The Pope hospitalized for weeks with double pneumonia earlier this year, but he recovered, and on Easter Sunday he appeared in St. Peter's Square, touring the crowds in the Pope-mobile.
He is the Pope of the people and also the Pope of great surprises. Just like his death, it was a great surprise.
Pope Francis was known for making the Catholic Church more inclusive, once replying, "Who am I to judge?" when asked about the possibility of a gay priest.
His legacy is one of care for the environment. His big encyclical, Laudato Si, really made it a spiritual question. I also think, just as we saw, someone who's humble and compassionate and that people liked.
Some potential contenders to replace Pope Francis are from his inner circle, including Cardinal Tagle of the Philippines, known for his similar sense of humor and progressive views. Other possibilities include Italian Cardinal Pizzaballa, the Vatican's top official for Middle East affairs, and Cardinal Parolin, also an Italian who was Francis's second-in-command and the Vatican's Secretary of State. A more conservative candidate is Cardinal Sarah, a former Vatican official from Guinea who's been critical of same-sex couples.
If he were to get in, he'd be, by the way, the first African-American.
Were appointed by Pope Francis himself.
Who will they choose? Someone like him, someone who chose to shine a light on the margins.
The NBA
someone who
draft,
wanted to
but in the
talk
Vatican.
about, those who are most vulnerable or marginalized in our society.
It is kind of interesting. Do they play the music that the NFL draft plays whenever the Pope is chosen?
When they vote?
Who comes next? President Trump says he and the First Lady will attend Francis's funeral.
He's a very good man who loved the world.
A public viewing for Francis tomorrow, and according to his wishes, he'll be buried in a simple coffin, not in the Vatican, but in Rome's Basilica of St. Mary Major. He'll be the first pope buried outside the Vatican in more than a century.
Did you see him in his casket? They showed it this morning on Today's Show and Good Morning America. They showed the just picture of him in a very simple wooden coffin. Like it's not
how it should be.
Anything.
Though?
Well, I mean, you got the fanciness of sometimes. I mean, I've been to funerals of family members and stuff like that. The casket costs a lot of money, but nobody wants to get buried in just a plain old box. But I will tell you that this is amazing. As a Catholic, I've seen this only a couple of times. Because we had a pope for such a long time with John Paul and then Pope Francis, Benedict, and he quit. So interesting.
He quit. Justin Bieber. Have you guys seen this Bieber video from this weekend of Coachella? Well, there's two. There's one of him you hate to assume. It looks as though he is on some sort of substance and he's like rocking and he's like something is very wrong. It is not normal. So a lot of fans are very, very concerned after seeing that one. And I meant to talk about that during the show yesterday and it totally slipped my mind. But then after the show, I saw a video going around of Justin smoking a joint next to his teenage brother at one of the shows. And he's like dancing and he's hanging out with buddies. He's taking hits from a blunt, and his younger brother, Jackson, who I believe is like 15 years old, is standing right next to him. And people are talking about this video because it's Hailey Bieber that you see coming up to Jackson, putting her hands on his shoulders and steering him away from Justin and out of the crowd. Yeah.
Can I ask a question, though?
What?
If Justin was drinking a beer next to his 15-year-old brother, would anybody be upset?
I know. I think that video on the heels of the other video that we saw going around first, you're like, okay, is there more to this video than we know of that was happening? And then also telling, maybe, I don't know, but it was noticeable and noticed that Hailey Bieber posted photos with Jack, with their baby on Easter, and nothing with her husband.
Well,
Lydia?
Prayers for Justin Bieber. He's going to be joining the Pope soon if he doesn't watch himself.
I'm worried about him.
Tripping.
And lastly, a quick shout out to SZA this morning. SOS has surpassed Adele's 21 for the most weeks spent in the Billboard Top 10 among albums by women. That is a huge feat. SOS just notched its 85th non-consecutive week in the top 10 on the chart. So congrats to her. For all of today's Dirty Catch-Up by checking out the podcast, search Mojo in the Morning in the free iHeartRadio app.
At Mojo in the Morning on social media.
The latest craze.
It's Mojo in the Morning's Dirty on the 30.
I make myself crack up thinking of Shanny's granny getting excited about SZA.
It's kind of funny because whenever we were recording a lot of those songs, there were some that she really liked and others she was like, this is stupid. These lyrics are stupid.
Oh, gosh. All right. We're going to give away a car. May the 2nd is when that big day is. Amanda's going to be that person that's going to be trying for it. Amanda, you're a winner.
Oh my gosh, so much. I'm so excited.
Amanda, I don't know where you're driving right now, but it's got a little bit of a spotty cell connection. But don't worry, we got you. You're in. Congratulations to you.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited. I can barely stand it right now.
It's incredible. Hold on one second. Where are you from? What town are you from?
Chesterfield, Michigan.
All right. Hold on one second. We'll get you set up. Brand new car, Moran Chevrolet. Hold on the line for 1 second.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, time for War of the Roses. Busting cheaters here on the Mojo in the Morning Show. If you think you're being cheated on, text cheater to 95500.
Catching cheaters and proud of it.
Ow, I'm sorry.
It's your home for War of the Roses on Mojo in the Morning.
Erica thinks her boyfriend is cheating. Erica, how long have you guys been together?
8 years.
8 years. And it's also something interesting is that 8 years and you've been waiting for him to propose. And now you are starting to think that there's somebody else in his life. Why is that?
So I found a condom in his car, and I kind of confronted him about it.
Like an unused condom?
Yeah.
And you guys use condoms?
We do, but I thought it was really weird. Like, why would he have it in his car? Just like one condom.
Usually, you guys, if you guys are going to use condoms, like you guys have them together. It's like you think that he's just keeping it in his car for somebody else.
Yeah, we have them in our bedroom.
Is it the same kind of condoms that you normally use?
Yeah. Yeah, it is the same kind of
So
condom.
I'm assuming you asked him about it, and what did he say?
He said that he wanted to try and use things with me, maybe having sex in new places, and which I found really strange because he's never mentioned that to me before.
I think that it seems like it could be a possibility that this is the case. I think I'd be a little bit more suspicious of him if it was a different condom or if it was, something else besides this. But that's all you're going off of, or is there anything else that you haven't told us about?
Yeah, I mean, he did cheat like at the beginning when we first started going out.
8 years ago when you guys got together?
Yes.
Okay. And do you believe that it was something that at that time, because you obviously went 8 years of being together and haven't thought anything, do you think maybe this is something that he's just been good about covering up for himself and covering his tracks?
I have haven't really doubted him in like the last 8 years. I didn't think that he had done anything else. I have no reason to think that he's lied to me or cheated to me in the
Until
last 8
this.
years. But to me, it's really strange.
This is weird. Yeah.
All right, we're going to call him up to see where he's going to send a dozen free roses. I want you to do us a favor and mute your phone. We're hoping that the flowers go to Erica. Stay there. Do not say a word, though, okay, until we say something to you.
Okay.
All right, mute the phone. Where are the roses?
Hello.
I'm looking for Liam.
Yeah, this is he.
Hi, Liam. My name is Nicole, and I'm calling you from a new floral company called rosesbloom.com with an offer for some free flowers. Do you have like 30 seconds? I heard you groan. It'll take 30 seconds, and it is totally free flowers. It's a dozen long-stemmed red roses that can be shipped out as early as today anywhere in the country and totally free of charge. Not going to ask you for credit card information or anything. That is just a free promotion to get the word out about our new business.
You're not going to take my information or anything?
Nope, it really is easy. And like I said, it'll take about 30 seconds, depending on how fast you can answer 2 questions.
Oh, all right.
Okay, have you purchased flowers in the last 6 months, Liam?
I have not.
Okay, and do you plan on purchasing flowers in the next 6 months?
I do not.
Okay, that's all I needed from you. And as a thank you for participating in that rosesbloom.com survey, I am now authorized to provide you with that dozen roses. And so I just need a first and a last name of who you'd like to send some flowers to today. And then I'll get the phone number right after that, okay?
Okay. Tell you what, why don't you send him to Reagan?
Okay. And a telephone number? Okay. And her relationship to you?
She's a woman I know.
Okay. And confirming that a dozen red roses is okay?
That's what you're sending, that's fine.
Okay. And Liam, we do something unique at rosesbloom.com. And instead of sending a card with the flowers, I'm going to have you record a voice memo. So when the flowers get delivered a little bit later on this afternoon, Reagan's going to get a text alerting her that she has a delivery. And then she's going to be able to play this voice memo and know that it's from you. So whatever you would write on a card, maybe even a little longer than that, you can just go ahead and record. And I'm going to count you down here. All right? 3, 2, 1.
From Liam.
Okay. Liam, did you want to include a message, an actual message, or that's all you wanted to put on there?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. I also have to let you know that this call is being recorded for quality and training purposes. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, sure.
Great.
And Liam, I'm going to come on just to wrap up everything, and then we're going to send those flowers off. But I got to just take 2 more seconds of your time from you and let you know that while you've been sending flowers, your girlfriend, Erica, has been listening in and just heard you send them to another woman.
Excuse me?
Liam, this is the Mojo in the Morning radio show. And your girlfriend, Erica, called us up because she wanted us to see who you would send a dozen free roses to. And you just sent flowers to another woman. Is it somebody that you are in a relationship with besides her?
No. She's just someone I know, but I don't have a relationship with her.
But you would choose to send her flowers over your girlfriend. And there's no relationship there.
No, there's no relationship there. Nothing going on there.
What do you think about that, Erica?
I think that's bullshit. I think it's total bullshit. I found that condom in your car. You think like
Yeah.
I'm stupid? Like really?
Yeah, well, I think this is bull.
Because you got caught in a lie?
No, this is bullshit.
You just got caught. Why don't you just tell me?
Do you know who that
Who's
is,
this girl?
Erica? Do you know who? You don't know who that girl is?
I have no idea.
Liam, who is Liam? He hung up the phone. All right, try to get him back on the phone with us.
Cheater, cheater, pumpkin eater. Mojo in the Morning's War of the Roses.
Join the discussion now. 844-MOJO Live.
844-665-6548.
This is Mojo in the Morning.
Mojo in the Morning, War of the Roses. 8 years is a long time to be in a relationship with someone and the relationship not to take to the next level, or at least be talking about that.
It also blows my mind how many times guys will send the flowers to just some random person at work and not think that that's a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do we know who this person is, or do we know who this random person is? Because honestly, I think you
Oh,
just
you're right.
gave a
I'm
number.
just assuming work.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like to a random person and be like, oh, she's, just somebody I know.
Find out, Lydia. Let's find out who this person is. If there's somebody that knows anybody that its name is Reagan that has been hanging out with an Ethan, you got to call us up because sometimes that's where we end up getting the details. What's up? It's Mojo in the Morning Show. Melissa wants to make a comment. What's going on, Melissa?
Hey guys. So my comment is after 8 years, you're still using protection with your girlfriend. That's a red flag for me right there.
Interesting.
Why?
Because to me, if you're going to use other protection, a guy who wants to use protection, it takes away a lot of the pleasure.
No,
right?
it doesn't.
So the only
Stop
Yes, it
defending
does.
No,
Oh, yes, it does.
You know, the pleasure for me
does.
is
You
not
bring
getting
condoms.
pregnant. That pleasure is the peace of mind and
there's other ways for that.
I know somebody who's gotten pregnant on every other method. And let me tell you, I'm on birth control and I still require him to wear a condom.
A condom ain't 100% safe either,
Condoms
though.
can break and my birth control can be wrong. And
That actually doesn't strike me as odd as the fact that they've been together for 8 years and there's no talk of another step in the relationship.
That strikes me
For
as
sure.
more odd, but it also strikes me as more as odd is that his excuse to why the condoms are suddenly after 8 years in the car is because he would like to explore more interesting forms of, of sex, right?
He just put some party favors in there just in case, because we all know
Yeah.
how prepared guys are.
Yeah, let's. I'm going to
Things
put
like
one.
that.
And by the way, one of them. That's all he wanted to do is one time because he had
Not a
one.
cat. Don't you
one
think it's
condom
weird though
in the
that they don't do it in the car?
Honestly,
What do you
I
mean?
think cars is uncomfortable to have relations in, to bake cookies in.
I disagree with you there.
Cars are not fun. You don't drive the kind of cars I drive. They've got.
You got a big
you
car.
drive way bigger cars than
I don't.
You
I
got
don't
a
like
lot
that.
of room back there.
What's up, Lara? What's up?
Hey, good morning. So I was thinking with the condom thing as well, he probably is sleeping with other women and maybe just doesn't want to pass anything along or potentially have a kid, because he's wearing protection. So,
Well, that's probably the case. Is that at least he's wearing protection, so he's not carrying any kind of diseases or anything like that to, to her or to
you
Erica.
gotta think about it like this.
Yeah.
If you gave your significant other an STD, they'd know instantaneously you were cheating on
Well-
them. They would know right away.
I agree with you on that, but I also say thank God that he's not trying to get her infected with somebody else.
It ain't even about getting her infected. He don't want to get infected himself.
Well, that too, but at least he's a responsible cheater.
Yeah.
Let's give him credit for that. 844-MOJO Live, 844-665-6548. Is there, or are we looking for just a topic here, a red flag in the fact that they've been together for 8 years and there has not been any kind of more of a commitment? 8 years is a long time, folks. That is 2 years shy of 10 years. Wow. What's going on, Vicky?
Yeah, you can totally hear him start to say, yeah, when she asks, do you think I'm stupid?
The stuff that you guys pick up that we don't when we're recording them is so brilliant. I applaud you for discovering that.
Hey, Vicky, do you think 8 years is a long time without a more committed relationship?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's way too long.
Yeah.
Some people don't want to be married, bro.
That's it.
Which is
and
very
that's fine
true.
if you don't want to be married, but if you're dating with the intention of marriage, 8 years is too long.
Because you know what 8 years says to me? Commitment.
Yeah. And some people are, I literally just had this conversation maybe about a week ago with a young lady that I'm not dating. She was a friend and we were around a group of friends and it came up and she said, as long as we're locked in together and I know you're my person, putting a ring on my finger doesn't change anything.
Mm-hmm.
For her, in her mind, she said it only creates more financial problems and a whole bunch of other stuff. But if we can stay committed in this relationship and know that I'm with you, you're with me, that's all I need.
Hi, Allison. What's going on?
Yeah, it's definitely a red flag. After 8 years, yeah. After 1 year, we getting engaged, Bookie, and then the next year we getting married. I ain't saying
Hey, no. Are you single?
I am single, and I
All
wanted
right,
to
then.
tell you that too last time I called.
Kevin, why does he always have to pinpoint this? He's profiling you, Allison. He shouldn't be doing that. Just off of what
Timelines
you
is
say.
a little tight.
Allison, if you found a lone condom in your guy's car when you guys never are going into the car to go do this, you're not
Get
moving.
the bail money.
Yeah. Are you?
Yep.
Question for you. I've never asked this question of anybody. How would you kill him? I've been watching Dateline NBCs lately. It's all antifreeze. Everybody uses antifreeze to kill their spouse.
It's couch to see now. It's a different one.
8 years, I'm torturing
Trust me, I
him.
know my
After
stuff.
8 years, he gets tortured.
Chelsea and I watched 2 episodes of Dateline NBC back to back, and they were both antifreeze. And I said to her, I go, I'm going to O'Reilly.
Listen, it
Auto
doesn't
parts.
matter.
They check for that in the toxicology now. That's
Do
not
they?
a good. That's not a good
Just
way.
about to say, it does not matter how you do it. You just got to get rid of the body. No body, no crime.
I will say this, though.
Yeah.
I have seen movies where they take like pliers and peel off the fingernail.
Yes.
I do kind of want to do that a little bit.
Samantha, what's up? Hi.
It's just torture.
What's going on,
They did it
Samantha?
on Scandal.
Oh, not much. Me and my husband didn't get married till after we had been together for 10 years, and we've now been together for 18. And I still have him use protection, even though my tubes are tied, because I know 2 people whose tubes reattached and they got pregnant like 10 years after their tubes were well grown.
Why tie your tubes then? Were you doing it for medical reasons, or because I would at that point why go through the surgery?
None of them work. We have to do something because you guys won't wear condoms.
I think it.
I had C-section, so I was already open on the table. So I said, go ahead and tie him in.
A lot of women do that.
Yeah. By the way, the worst thing ever is getting for a guy. Don't ever get vasectomies. I'm against vasectomies. It completely screws you up as a guy to get a vasectomy.
But you don't care
Are you
that a
being
woman's
serious?
on hormones for all of her life?
I would rather wear protection and wear good old fashioned, condoms.
Pull out.
What's out? No, that doesn't never
On the
work.
driveway. Yes, it
No,
does.
it does
You just
never.
gotta have. You just gotta
What's
know
going
when.
on, Ann? Hi, Ann.
Hi. Okay. 1, pull-out method, not effective.
Thank
2,
you.
my husband and I now, but we met at 20, and he knew that I didn't want a long engagement. So if he was planning on proposing, it needed to be at a time in our lives where we were financially stable to have the wedding that we wanted. And so we prioritized other things first. People thought we were crazy, but we bought a house together at 23, both of our names on it. We were not married. We knew that we wanted to be together, but we were prioritizing different things first. We went on big vacations. We had fun. And then at 29, we got married. And now we're 35. So we've been together for 15 years now. I don't think that it was a red flag at all. It was just what we agreed on.
Yeah.
And
So
I don't think if you both agree on it, it's not a sign that something's wrong with the relationship.
Well, I think also the other problem in this relationship is they don't talk about it. Like Erica brought it up more with us than she probably did with him.
Probably.
And I think that
And that's just
And
communication is so key in any relationship. And if you can't talk about things like that with your partner, you shouldn't be with them.
But this is also an intuition situation too, where her, intuitive side, aside from the condom, was, hey, he has cheated before on me in the past, and this seems like he's doing something a little shady right now. All right, War of the Roses.
WKQI Detroit, WSNX Muskegon Grand Rapids, WVKS Toledo. This is Mojo in the Morning.
Oh, Mojo, he's amazing.
Live. Mojo.
30. 20.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition sequence start.
Let me take y'all back to the beginning.
This is it.
All right, you ready?
You're listening to Mojo in the Morning.
You're a doo-doo head.
Let's go. It's showtime.
All right, it is Mojo in the Morning. Good to have you guys here with us. Mojo, Shannon, Kev, Megan, Lydia, Bianca, and Zach. Good to have you guys here. Thanks for joining the radio show. Coming up this hour on the show, Kev wants to put on the dad hat and talk about Josiah and his chores and how Kev feels like maybe he might have overparented a little bit. He's going to explain that coming up. What is America's most shoplifted city? We'll talk about that. Shannon with his balls ruined the photos. And Am I the A-Hole? All coming up within the next hour here on the Mojo in the Morning Show. So stick around for that. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about today. We have, of course, more coming up here in just a little bit on our More Mojo podcast and Mojo Gives You a Baby, which is both coming up here soon. We're narrowing down finalists for our Mojo Gives You a Baby, but we're still accepting them. So you can go again to mojointhemorning.com. If you know somebody that is trying to have a baby, this is a great thing for you to turn them on to the show. Have them go to our Instagram. It's pinned right up on the top, or Facebook, or even on mojointhemorning.com, and do Mojo Gives You a Baby. We're giving away IVF from IVF Michigan. So please do that. The More Mojo podcast is coming up. It's our broadcast that we're going to be doing, or actually not a broadcast, but our podcast that we're going to be doing at the Imagine Royal Oak, and that is happening May the 16th.
I'm excited, bro.
I'm so excited for that. And again, sold out.
And it's going to be different this
Sold
time.
out.
You said you just wanted people to ask questions. And
Yeah.
you can never plan for what people are going to ask, and that's going to be interesting.
A lot of people yesterday were asking me if Megan was going to be there, and you have chosen not to be there, Megan, right, for the podcast?
I got other things going on. I'm sorry.
You're done with that. Megan will not be there, so a lot of people were upset by that. And if anybody does want to turn in or to not have their tickets because Megan's not going to be there, because some people have said that, there are people that want tickets.
Absolutely.
So if you want to sell your tickets or get a refund back on that thing, contact Lydia and we'll work it out, because we got people that want tickets, but some people were like,
Which is also wild, because the rest of you are going to be there and it's for charity. That's insane.
Well,
that's what's up, though.
There's some people, though, that, always look for an opportunity to say, hey, you know what? No, I don't want to do that. And Megan, you're a favorite to a lot of people. So totally understand that. And if that's the case, that's fine. Because we do have a waiting list of people that have asked for tickets to go to the podcast. We will talk about this, and we'll talk about the changes on the show too. There's been a lot of changes. Yeah, so that's one of the things that people will get. There's been a lot of changes on this radio. We've been on the air for 25 years, and I mentioned that Megan leaving the show is the 12th person to leave in 25 years. I don't think that that's a huge amount of people.
It's not.
I think, matter of fact, I was talking to this morning to Don Anthony from Morning Show Boot Camp. Don Anthony was texting me, and he said to me, he goes, wow, he goes, I know you just had, KP leave the show, and then now Megan leave the show. He goes, wow, and I said to him, I go, Don, we've only had 12 full-time staff members. That doesn't count for interns and stuff like that, or misfits, that over the years have unfortunately died or have left on their own accord. But Don's like, wow, that's unbelievable. He said, there's other shows that are out there that have only been on for like 5 years and have gone through like 17 cast changes.
Yeah.
Everybody don't have that perspective, though. You know what I mean? Like Don has the perspective of understanding, quote unquote, what the industry is and what the standard of interchangeable parties have.
Well,
just from a normal citizen listening, it's like, damn, 12, but.
Well, think about this, and this is something I don't think people sometimes view because they look at this as different because this is part of your routine. But also going to Starbucks is a part of your routine. How many times have you gone to a Starbucks and it's a different person that's, there and behind the counter and you're like, well, what happened to so-and-so?
Yeah.
They either got transferred to another store or they're no longer there anymore. So
that's how I used to be at Quicken. Just all of a sudden on the Tuesday, you get an email. If you see so-and-so walking through the building, make sure they have a visitor.
They would actually say if you see so-and-so?
Yeah, they send an email out. Yeah, send an email out. You've been promoted to a borrower now, or they've been promoted to a client. That used to be like a little running joke.
Wait, that was how they would refer to it?
Well, I mean, I was just like...
Oh, you guys would refer to it that way. That's wild. You are now a listener.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Wow. I do have to tell you something that to me seemed kind of cold, and I guess it's the nature of the beast, right? People want jobs. Yesterday, I had 5 people after Megan made the announcement that she is leaving radio and she's going to not do this industry anymore, and she's going to go back to Toledo and move back there and do a quote unquote non-radio job or regular job, whatever it is, however you say it. She's going to do something more, honestly, appealing to your sleeping in the morning. Let's just put it that way. People have been reaching out, wanting to come and work with us. I had 5 starting this morning, 6 people. I had an email this morning right when I first came in of people that have said, are you replacing the position? And I'm like, I hate to say this and I hate to put it this way, but the body is not even cold.
I mean,
what are you guys doing?
Bold, but I feel like I'd probably do the same thing.
Would you?
I'm not going to lie. Yes, because this business is... I don't even really love the word cutthroat, but there are only so many opportunities available. That number is slashed by a very high percentage when you qualify it and say there are only so many good, healthy morning show opportunities available. And this is a show that people, Megan said it yesterday, really aspire to be on. So I can understand a spot opens up on this show and we are all blessed to be a part of the show, and I would jump at that opportunity if I was already not on the show.
You say it's like
so
Jesus
I get it. I applaud those people, but I want to know who they are, because if I don't want to work with them, just forget about them.
You say morning show boot camp, kind of like Jesus walking through Jerusalem. They throwing palms at your feet.
Yes, they do.
That's such bullshit.
Lydia, you can attest to this.
It's not.
People get out of the way for Mojo and then bow.
Crap. No, it's a load of crap. Stop that. Stop it. Remember, I am a 2-time loser of the Radio Hall of Fame.
You got nominated, though.
Here we go. Let me tell you. So this is one of them. This is one of the people that reached out and said, Mojo, been a listener for a long time. Recently noticed that you've had a change on your show, and I wanted to shoot my shot. I would love for an opportunity to work for you and your team in any capacity. So in this honestly is somebody that's not in the radio business, but has a huge resume of things. Only 28 years old, and somebody that has done already in 28 years some amazing stuff. And then the one that was weird for me, and I want to ask this question this is what the topic I'd like to get into with this. I would like to ask the question: how soon after you quit your job did somebody already want your job? Or how soon after you got fired did somebody already step up and say, I'm taking your job? Does that happen in other businesses? If so, call and tell me. 844-MOJO Live, 844-665-6548. One of the people that reached out to me yesterday, and I will not say who they are, works for one of the big iHeartRadio morning shows. And when they reached out yesterday, they said, hey, I want to do this totally on the down low, and I'll do it through all of the proper means by talking to, and they mentioned Brad Harden and Tom and those guys. And they said, but I've always wanted to work, on your show, but also I'm a native of Detroit. And I was like, I had no clue that they were a native of.
I'm trying to think of if I know this person.
I don't think you will, but you'll know the show. So you will. Yeah, I will. Okay. I'll send it to you.
I'm so nosy.
But they reached out yesterday, and I thought to myself, I'm like, all right, here's the deal. We're going to have you go through the Megan sniff test. Megan's going to tell you every good and bad thing about this job. And if you last through a phone call of her telling you all the good and the bad stuff, then if you still want this opportunity, we'll see. But Christina, what's going on?
Hi, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
What's happening?
Is it too soon to nominate someone for the position?
Yes, it is too soon to nominate. Who are you trying to nominate?
Well, Misfit Victor.
Hold on, is this
Love
his wife?
Victor.
Is this his wife, Christina, that is nominating him?
No, not his wife. But I've been a fan of yours, so it just came to my head listening to you guys when you brought up the subject. So I was like, wait a minute. What about Misfit Vic?
Is he right there with you? Is he in the room with you?
He actually has a gun to my head.
By the way, we've never had we should have one of the things that I told Tony is I don't want to rush to do anything because I think the problem with rushing to do something is I was not prepared for Megan to leave. You know, that never happens. You never have that happen. There's no backup and all that stuff of what's going on. And I said to Tony, I go, here's the thing. I think we got to take our time. We're coming up on summer. Summer's going to be one of those things where I think we're good with what we got going on. But I also don't want to lose the position, which sometimes in this business, you know, the company will go, well,
you really don't
you know, we can
you guys have been doing okay.
Right. Say that money.
They're going to do that after like a week. Are you kidding me?
Zach can do 12 more jobs. You know what I mean? Like one of those type of things. So I don't want to do that. But I also said to him, I go, we've never on this show, I've never done a nationwide search. Like I've never, ever. The only time I ever kind of did it was when Chad left. And in between Chad and our next producer, I brought somebody in and I brought her in from, Atlanta. And I had a consultant that found her. So I never did that.
But you were
before.
still looking within the business.
I was. I want to look out of it. I want this to be an out of the thing. Like, I don't want it to become a situation where we end up bringing somebody in hastily. And also, I'd like to see if we can have somebody that represents either Grand Rapids or Toledo, too. So,
Megan, my dad, I was talking to my dad yesterday, the legend himself.
Love
and
him.
He was like, I saw on your social media that Megan's leaving. And he gave you such a good compliment. He's like, I don't know who's going to be able to fill her shoes.
Tim, you're the best. Yeah. I think he's more upset about losing his best friend, Scott Mick, though.
That could be part of it.
I think that's a big part of it.
You know what's interesting, though, about that? Nobody has ever replaced somebody and filled the shoes.
Yep.
They've all done something different.
Yeah.
Like you are totally different than Sarah or Kyra.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin, totally different than Spike.
Mm-hmm.
Megan, honestly, totally different than any of the other, people that have been on the show. Sarah, Kyra, so whatever. Different than you, Shan.
Yeah.
And I think that's the beauty of the show is as time goes on, the only consistent and constant is the fat guy running the control board, the board out.
Look, I will say this, though, in terms of the body being cold and people hitting you up, I've heard this before where they say success moves at the speed of opportunity. And you got to be quick sometimes because if you don't take action, that window may close every second.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I don't fault these people for reaching out to you right after Megan made her announcement.
Hey, Summer, how soon after did you quit or get fired?
I was fired.
Wait a second. You got fired and what happened?
I was actually training the person that took my job.
That's all the time. That's why you can't give them all the sauce.
Did you know you were training your replacement?
No, I didn't. I thought that because I was a college student at the time, and so they needed someone that had a little more open availability, and so I was working, in between classes, and so I would train her when I came in. I would show her, what I would do and things like that, and then one day I came in, and they fired me, and so I still had to go to the place, to deal with certain things because it was kind of like a campus job. I went to Michigan State, so it was in East Lansing, and so when I went ahead and went to take care of this business, I saw that she had taken my job. That she had my seat, my spot, everything. She was doing my job.
Oh, my God.
Also, first time, long time.
That is, by the way, that's cruel, and that does happen. I'm telling you a lot. What's up, Barb? How you doing?
Hey,
I'm doing great. How are you?
We're good, Barb. We're talking about people jumping on this whole situation with Megan and not even letting Megan just get her 2 weeks of being with us.
Well, mine's a little different. I work at a nursing home, and as soon as somebody dies, there's a patient that says, "Can I have their wheelchair?"
Not the good wheels.
I get over the wheelchairs. First come, first serve, baby.
Oh, my God, Barb.
What is that?
That
Some
is-
wheelchairs just like supreme over the others?
Good. Wheelchairs are hard to find in the nursing home. A good one's really hard to find. So when you get one, everybody wants it. So
Is it the
It's a
cushion?
hot
Is it the
commodity.
wheels? What's going on with these wheelchairs?
Some of them just look nicer and, propel better and have higher seats and nicer armrests and footrests.
That's amazing. Next time I'm around a wheelchair, I'm going to go sit in it. Excuse me, get up out of that thing. I want to sit in it. What's up, Nick?
Hi, how you doing?
We're good, buddy. What's going on?
Hey, yeah. So I was telling all my coworkers that I put my notice in and I was leaving, and within an hour, one of my coworkers was asking how to get my position, but she was not qualified whatsoever. But I'm always going to help people. I'm going to, raise them up. So I helped her, try to get the job, and thinking, oh, they're never going to give it to her. And they did, and that business is falling apart.
Oh, no.
But isn't it a little sense of satisfaction? Isn't that kind of the thing?
I don't want anybody to I don't think you want people to fail.
Oh.
I think it's one thing. I think it's one thing if you are let go from your dream job or whatever. But if you're moving on,
Then you want
move
it to be.
on.
Yeah.
Let everyone move on.
See, and people don't think Megan's nice. She is nice. Look at that. I think that's beautiful that you said that. I'm kidding. What's going on, Brian? How you doing, Brian? How are you?
I'm so confused.
Hi, Brian.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Good morning. What's going on?
Good morning. Good morning. First of all, first time, long time.
Brian on the phone.
Yeah. But I had a question more about, all these talk about replacements. I wonder, so what is everyone's job on the show? It seems like got an army of folks, but what is everyone's
That's a
do
great
that you
point.
have to
That is
replace
such a
now?
good question.
If you figure it out, will you tell us?
I try to figure it out. I'm listening, and I'm like, well, it seems like some people have technical jobs, social media jobs. Some people are just there for personality. Some people got to give us weather and dirty.
So it's interesting. We all have roles on the show, but after the show's over with, there's also things that we do too. And there are things. Megan's job was not just on the show, but she was also the assistant to Tony, the program director here. So she did a lot of the programming, dirty work, so to speak, where she had to do things that were post 10:30 in the morning and us being on the air on our Detroit station. So there's those things. And then there are those like Kev who really do nothing but just sit there and crack the mic and just
Facts, bro.
I'm just kidding.
It's a sweet
I'm just
gig.
kidding you. Listen, honestly, the beauty of radio is that you may have job titles and you may have some responsibilities. But the beauty of radio is every day you get to go to work and you get to do something that you're passionate about. And when you're passionate about it, you love it. And when you're not passionate about it, you don't love it and it becomes a job. And when it becomes a job is when you got to do whatever, you're doing, and I don't know necessarily that Megan, you're not passionate about this anymore, but I definitely think that there's been a little bit of, you know what? I'm ready for something new.
Mm-hmm.
And I always said that was when I was going to retire. And I'm just kidding.
You getting close to it?
No, I'm happy. I like this. Tony said to me the other day, he goes, after Megan had resigned, he goes, another situation here. And to be frankly and honest with you, Shannon and I's contract's up at the end of the year.
Oh,
we are done December 31st.
Yeah. And so
y'all gonna resign? Breaking news.
I told Tony this makes me even more passionate because it makes me want to go, I want to leave with our show in a great spot. And our show is great right now. We are, believe it or not, #1 in ratings.
Okay.
And I want us to be in a position where, like, the baton gets passed, so to speak, and it gets to move on to something else and somebody else. So now we got to, to figure this all out because we got everybody kind of changing up a little bit. So, and you know what? What was your name again, Brian?
Yep.
Is that Brian?
That's me, yeah.
Hi, Brian. Fill out your
Yes, sir.
applications and send it to Tony Travato. I'm telling you that Tony Travato, I'm looking up the address. I don't know the address here. iHeart Detroit, 2529 Orleans Street, Detroit, Michigan, 48207.
What you doing?
And
you just flooded this guy. That's pretty crazy.
so that if anybody's listening to us on the podcast, don't hit me up because I got no say so on this. Tony Travato's got the say so on this. So all right. Well, thank you for the call. Misfit Victor, did you put that girl up to calling on?
Yeah, who is that girl?
Speaking of greatness, how are you guys? Good morning.
Good morning, Victor.
Victor, did you put that girl Christina up to calling in?
No, I heard about it because I've been getting nominations. People calling me left and right, and things like that.
You've been getting nominations. You had one nomination.
No,
and her name
somebody,
was
I
Christina.
think, so I scanned the comments yesterday and somebody nominated you online in a comment yesterday as well, Victor.
I nominate
Well,
Victor.
thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys. And Megan, believe it or not, I know you won't believe me, but it is sad to see you go. But I wish you the best. One person, one person used to tell me, if you plant a strawberry tree and blueberries come out, it probably wasn't a strawberry tree. So just remember that when you're when you move on.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
I don't know what it means. I have no idea, but that's just what he used to tell me all the time.
The guy told you that, so that was his famous words. All right.
Yes. Just remember that. But
well, Victor,
yeah, I do wish her the best. And like I said, do I start that following Monday or like what?
Listen, I'm sorry, but we have to go through a hiring process here, Victor. And as far as I'm concerned, the problem is you cannot get hired because we understand that you've slept with the boss. So there's no.
Can I bring my Jesus statue?
Yes, exactly. That is true. If you do,
I have
if
one
you
at
do
my
come
desk
here-
now, too.
Yeah, if you do come here, you'll.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
And I'll bring pancake mix.
Oh,
God.
thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Now
We
he's
need
trying
some.
to bribe Shannon. All right, we'll see you.
A string of horrible decisions and bad hires led us to this. Sorry. This is Mojo in the morning.
All right, it is Mojo in the morning. Kev, you had a moment with Josiah, and it was funny because you called me and were talking to me last night on the phone, and you were telling me that you kind of felt bad over something that you said to Josiah, your son.
Sometimes I feel like I'm too hard on Josiah, and I don't know where I get that from. I don't know if I'm compensating because at Josiah's age right now was the time that when I was his age, my dad wasn't there because he was incarcerated. So I don't know subconsciously if I'm trying to parent him the way that I wanted to be parented or how I think a father should raise his son. Not just a parent, but a father should raise his son. And I think sometimes I'm tired. So I think I lack patience when it comes to Josiah in certain areas. Or I think because he's so intelligent, so charismatic, that I think he should just have that intelligence over every area of his life and not just scholastically. And I had a moment where I wanted Josiah to start doing chores. And the chore that I had as a child was to clean the upstairs and downstairs bathrooms. I had to wash the tubs, clean the mirrors off, do the sinks, get the toilet, sweep and mop. And I got an allowance and I wanted to extend that same opportunity of doing chores to Josiah and give him some responsibility. Nice. Yeah, extend the opportunity.
Yeah,
give him that blessing.
Wow.
And I think that doing chores at a young age has many different benefits, and it gives you some type of ownership in this house that you don't pay for, that you don't buy anything, you don't have any bills, you just get the lay of the land. It's got to be more to life than Roblox. And Josiah...
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on.
Hey, what you doing over there, bruh?
I'm trying to find the song from Annie. It's a Hard Knock Life.
Oh, my God.
I want it.
You want me to wait?
No, go
Okay.
ahead.
Keep going.
Because that, by the way, is what I'm thinking of with Josiah.
I love the Jay-Z version.
He's the Annie of the orphanage.
He's
here.
really not though, bruh. And it got to a point where I had to I don't know if he was joking or if he was for real, but he didn't know how to hold a broom the right way. And some of the things I was getting extremely frustrated. And instead of being a part of this moment with him and understanding that this is his first time doing these chores, I just assumed I could just tell him, For sure, he know how to wash the bathroom tub. But I'm like, man, just wash the bathroom tub, grab the Windex, scrub
I hope
the
you're not
thing,
snapping and pointing
wipe
like
the back.
that.
I was on that, and I started to get frustrated the more that I had to tell him. He was already frustrated because he had to do it, but I think I lacked the patience of working with him through this process instead of just being a dictator and saying boom, 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 boom. And
I would not know how to wash a tub, by the way.
Just throw the Ajax and scrub it with the water.
I wouldn't even know to use Ajax.
Good old-fashioned Ajax.
Yeah, or Comet.
Like I do
whatever,
now
from the
as an
dollar store.
adult.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, I've cleaned my shower before, but like as a kid, I would have used Windex for everything. Like I would not know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to walk him through it.
So you felt bad because
I
you
did,
were
man. I just felt like I was being demonstrative to him.
You know what's funny is when you were telling the story, I had you on speaker and Chelsea was there too, and we hung up the phone and Chelsea's like, "Man, we screwed up as parents. Our kids should have learned how to like clean toilets and do that thing." Because our kids were told pick up your room, and the idea of picking up their room was putting clothes in a hamper. Like that was kind of the nature of things because Chelsea did pretty much everything for them, and I think it's good that you're teaching Josiah this.
It is, but at the same time, I have to be a part of this, and not just be the dictator.
Are you feeling bad about the specific chore? Are you saying in your head now, okay, maybe scrubbing the tub and cleaning the toilets is a little bit too much? Or it's how you presented it to him, or as you said, extend the opportunity to him?
Yeah, I think that I needed to do a better job of working with him and maybe doing it with him the first time instead of not only expecting him to know what to do, but chastising him for not doing it.
So you should talk to Wes about this because after Wes got divorced and he had the kids a good chunk of the time. He had Kieran and Samantha a good chunk of the time. And so they learned how to do their laundry on their own in like elementary school. He had them cleaning everything. And for him, the way that he kind of worded it was like, we're a team. This is our house. We all have to contribute. Like there's nobody else. It's just us. So we all have to do these things together. And those kids now, I mean,
they're amazing.
They are amazing. I look
Why
at
did
what
they
they
not do
do
that?
compared to what I do with mine. And I'm like, Smith, can you please just put your backpack on a hanger or on a hook instead of on the floor?
Did you ask him why it didn't happen when it was just the whole family together?
Well, they were so little.
Okay.
They were very, very little before. Right. Yeah.
But that was how he would have probably done it anyway.
Yeah, I don't know, but
does he add some of that aspect with Lucy and Smith, or is he kind of hands off and let you do that?
a little bit. We're kind of working through that right now of trying to give them age appropriate chores, and it just looks really different for them. What it did for we parent very differently.
Be careful though, because I had a friend of ours, friend of Chelsea and I's, who's they were never married, but they were engaged at one point. He was kind of militaristic with her kids on things that they would do. I think I even talked about it one time. He made them shovel the snow off the grass and then
off the
put
grass?
it back on the grass. Yeah, like he would have them like
with
do
his
things
stepkids or his kids?
with his stepkids, and he would do that. Like, hey, I'm going to teach you guys how to do real work. And honestly, I think the kids resented him for that.
Yeah,
shovel off the grass and put it back
and put it back
that's
on
not
the grass.
fostering good familial relationships.
What's going on, Jen?
Good morning. I just wanted to say I think that it's really important to actually do these things with your kids, teach them how to do it, because it seems like common sense as an adult, like you don't know how to use a broom. You've seen me do it 17 million times, but they really don't. You actually have to teach them. And the other thing I was going to say too is that when I became an adult, I had a mother that didn't teach me how to clean. And when I had to teach myself how to do laundry, how to cook, how to do all that stuff. So I'm really big on trying to prepare my children to do that when they get older, so they don't feel as incompetent.
I still don't know how to cook.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Not even being funny. I just was never taught.
I was just about to say it's funny for parents to be like, you've seen me do this a million times. I watch a million cooking shows. I couldn't make a risotto right now. You know what I mean? But I've seen it, or a beef Wellington. I've seen that made 1,000 times on television. I couldn't do it.
Well, and I think something as simple as you think of sweeping is not simple to a child, because you may be in the room when your parents doing it. You're not
doing it,
looking at every single. You may mimic the emotions, but you're not knowing exactly what they're doing.
It reminds me of when I was learning to drive.
Yeah.
And my mom would sit in the passenger seat and she'd be like, just back out of the driveway and go that way. I'm like, I don't even know.
I know.
You take this for granted that you've done this every day for however many years. I don't know which way to turn the wheel.
Right.
Like, you need somebody to do it with you or to really teach you.
Hey, Jamal.
Hey, I was just trying to touch on Kev. I feel that, bro. I feel like my lack of patience for my little one is also kind of a thing that I'm dealing with right now as well, man. Because it's just like it's hard to expect them to do things, but also at the same time, I gotta note that we have to give them grace because they're so little.
Yeah.
But I just like, bro, like, why can't you figure this out? But at the same time, it's like this is their first time doing it. This is it's like. I feel that, bro.
Bro, and the crazy thing, so it got down to the point where I bought Josiah like one of those like watches where you can call them and talk them and track and all of that.
Yeah.
And he didn't know how to fasten the strap of the watch to like lock it in so it was loose on his arm. And I even got frustrated on that because in my mind, it's like just tighten up the thing. And when I could almost cry right now. I was holding back tears yesterday as I was looking to him because I was apologizing. And my man's right now just made me think about it like, Josiah had been feeling this pressure and this emotion of how negative I have been to him over these little moments. And I didn't realize it because he didn't tell me about it until I was apologizing. And I could see his hurt in his eyes, but also like his appreciation and noticing that I noticed.
Mm-hmm.
Good for
and
you.
also, what a great lesson to him to hear his dad say, that wasn't my best, me being my best self as a dad to you. And I'm really sorry. I wish I would have behaved this way. Or I wish I would have explained it this way. I think that's so big for kids to see.
Hey, Lacey.
Hey. First time, long time.
Hey there.
Hey, Lacey on the phone.
So I have 4 kids, and I'm the same age as Kevin. I'm 35. And my mom was like the kind of mom who's like, you don't get to do anything until this house is clean. And my brother was like always running around, so it was mostly me like being responsible for cleaning up everything. And my kids are getting to the age like they're about to be 13, 12, and 10. The little one, he doesn't do anything. He's useless. But
Did you just call your kid useless?
He's 5 and he's like the baby. He was like a COVID baby, so he rules the house. So yeah, he's useless.
As the baby of the family, don't call us useless.
So like my kids know how to do all of the things. But during the school year, also their responsibilities are less because their job is school.
Yeah. That's
you know?
good.
So their priority is schoolwork. They come home, they'll unload the dishwasher, they can sweep the floor, they can vacuum. They can't do laundry to save their life though. And I do like Kevin gets so frustrated with them not being able to do simple things that I was able to do when I was at that age. But I also remember like they get to be kids more than I did also.
You know what's amazing though? They also have a lot more electronics and fun things than we probably all had when we were younger.
Do you think they also have more expectations on them?
No. I think they have
I
less.
disagree.
I think that they're...
For my kids personally, I don't.
No, I think that...
they have more expectations.
I think our parents expected more without even saying it. We have to
They
actually...
did.
And we give them less because we got put through that.
I think that like when it comes to sports and education and achievement, like having a job, being in a sport, doing well at school, then staying...
I think we make them more active. Do you think that it's expected, though?
It was for me.
Really? But I'm talking, what about these kids nowadays?
I think it is I think more kids are participating in competitive travel sports than ever before. And I think that's more financial responsibility on the family and higher expectations and more pressure.
But do you think that that's not expectations? That's us making them. We are overly making them get involved in things,
which I think is expectations and pressure.
Well, I think the problem is though when they fail at it, we allow it to happen. Our parents, I think that the parents, like Scott Mick. Do you think Scott Mick would have let you quit anything at all?
I mean, he did, but it was different. So I didn't have to be in a competitive travel sport. He would do it if I wanted to, but if I had to be in an activity.
Mm-hmm.
But I think,
it didn't have to be a competitive travel sport. And I see kids nowadays and what it costs and what the family travels are and all that. And I think it's harder for kids.
Well, I think that the kids are more. I think kids right now. You're right. do a lot. They
We
do
put 'em
more
through-
travel stuff. And they do more. Parents for some reason are living vicariously, thinking
That's
that their
what it
kids are all
is.
going to be.
I absolutely think that's what it is. And I feel like we forget that these kids did 2 years of at-home schooling where we put that pressure on them and they were not, I think kids have a very, very difficult time.
Yeah.
Way harder than I ever did.
Well, I think that they do a lot more stuff outside the home than they do inside of the home. I think in the home they come home and they probably have more fun video gaming and sitting on the couch.
Something that makes it a lot tougher for me too is I don't think there's as many single income households anymore. I think more and more often we're seeing both parents working outside of the home, and that just wasn't the case for at least where I grew up. It's a lot harder to not have that presence of a parent at home walking you through sports or walking you through homework or whatever it was. I feel bad for kids. I feel so bad for them.
Yeah, I think that I think what Kevin's doing is phenomenal because I think that Josiah is one of those kids that is very already smart in school. He's very creative. He's got the creative
He's
side.
very mature.
He's extremely mature, and I think that it's good that he's getting a little bit of work going. I think the one thing we don't do with our kids, honestly, is keep them active. And like, I think that was one of the things. Like, we were told go out and play and don't come home until it's dark outside. So we were running outside nonstop and I still was fat. But I, believe it or not, with that. But I think it's amazing where I found the food. I must have hid. I was like a chipmunk or whatever. I hid it inside.
You were the kid in the neighborhood that was going to all the neighbors' houses to get their snacks.
But I do think that that's one of the things with these kids. I think these kids, we give them they're so busy, they're so this, they have this, and we focus so much on telling them they have to be good in school or you have to be in school, when in reality it's like, I mean, honestly, I think they let the kids be a freaking kid, you know what I mean? And stop putting so much focus that school is the most important thing or sports is the most important thing. I think the most important thing is if Josiah knows how to clean a tub and clean a toilet and doesn't is not going to be living in squalor and later in his life, you know what I mean? Like in a dirty house. Like, I think that's important. But he's going to be well-rounded.
If you let him, though.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
I think the most important thing is how Josiah treats others and how he demands to be treated. That's more important than sports, than cleaning the toilet, than school, than it's his ability to respect and be respected done. Yeah. And you have done a phenomenal job with that.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. All right, Mojo in the Morning Show. We're going to...
Mojo in the Morning.
Dirty.
Full of faces for radio and makeup. This is Mojo in the Morning.
All right. We are going to give you a chance to win a car. It is the contest known as Find the Fob. We do it 4 times a morning, starting at 6:30 with the Dirty, all the way through to the end of the show, to the last Dirty of the morning. 844 Mojo Live, 95th caller. Good luck.
Mojo in the Morning's Dirty on the 30.
Find the Fob. Call now. Be the 95th caller, and you could be qualified for a brand new Chevy. What's going on, Shannon?
Well, somebody texted in the group chat yesterday something about Conclave and Jeff Bezos. It's on Amazon Prime now.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? If you haven't watched that movie, it was nominated for an Academy Award this year. Definitely watch it in the wake of the death of Pope Francis, which, by the way, little update if you missed it this morning, his funeral will take place on Saturday. And the Vatican did issue his death certificate listing the cause of Pope Francis's death as a stroke that prompted irreversible heart failure. It also listed his prior health struggles, the bilateral pneumonia he was recently hospitalized for, the pneumonia he had as a teenager that prompted the removal of a lung, hypertension. He also suffered from type 2 diabetes, diabetes, as
he
Mojo
was
says.
88 years old. Let him have fun.
I mean, President Trump yesterday commenting.
He's a very good man who loved the world, and he especially loved people that were having a hard time. And that's good with me.
British author Mel Elliott. You probably don't know her or haven't heard of her, but her name is in the dirty today because she's making claims that Meghan Markle's canceled Netflix series, Pearl, was really similar to her earlier children's books about a character named Pearl Power. I didn't even know that Megan had an animated show that was kind of in the works. Again, it has since been canceled, so it's not happening. But Pearl, the animated show that was supposed to be on Netflix, was all about a little girl who found inspiration from influential women throughout history.
Love that.
So, yeah, it's a great concept, but it's very similar to what this author wrote about. So her legal team sent 3 different letters to Megan and to Netflix starting back in 2021, warning that the show is a great idea. However, it might infringe on her
You got it.
Deep breath. On her intellectual property.
Nailed
There we
it.
go. But she said she sent 3 letters, never got a response. In May of 2022, Netflix ended up canceling Pearl. And the reason they gave was budget cuts. But this author, again, her name is Mel, believes that it was her calling out Megan for being a copycat that really did it. And now she is sharing her story. I have no idea why. And she said, look, I wasn't trying to ruin her endeavors here, but I just wanted to be acknowledged or at least invited to work as a collaborator on the show, and that never happened. Do you guys hear what happened is happening with Shannon Sharp? If you don't know who Shannon Sharp is, he's a Hall of Fame tight end, ESPN personality, being accused of sexual assault and battery in a brand new lawsuit. The woman behind this filing under a Jane Doe alias. She is accusing Shannon Sharp of sexually assaulting her multiple times over a 2-year, very rocky, consensual relationship they had. She's asking for $50 million in damages. Now, here's the thing. Hours after the lawsuit was filed, Shannon Sharp's legal team released a statement denying the allegations along with a slew of screenshotted text messages that this Jane Doe sent to Shannon that were very sexual and graphic in nature. So his lawyer said, you know, these messages to Mr. Sharp clearly indicate the nature of their relationship and that it was consensual and sexual in nature and in many cases initiated by her with specific and graphic requests.
Wow. Didn't he release her name too?
Yeah,
Wait,
the name is in
He
the
did-
text message.
he did release her name.
Gabriella.
Yeah.
And the 2025 inductees into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame going to be announced on a live episode of American Idol on Sunday. Have they ever done this before? Ryan Seacrest is actually doing the announcement. If anybody cares, the nominees this year, some of them I've never heard of before, so I'll just go to the ones I know.
Let's see.
Bad Company.
Bad Company.
Never heard of. The
That's
Black Crowes we've heard of.
Yeah.
Mariah Carey, obviously. Chubby Checker, Joe Crocker, Blues Singer, Billy Idol, New Order, Cyndi Lauper,
Do you know
a
any of those or
Mexican
no?
group. Yeah, I know Cyndi Lauper.
You
I
know
know
New
Billy
Order?
Idol. Oasis is on the list. Outkast, Fish, Soundgarden, and the White Stripes also on there as potential nominees.
Which other ones besides Bad Company did you not know?
New Order.
New Order. New Order had a big they were kind of like that.
Joe Cocker, I think I've
Do you
only
know-
heard of because of maybe my dad.
Yeah, your dad definitely
listened.
New Order was
Manya?
in that whole Depeche Mode. This is Bad Company. Hold on.
Mexican rockers, excuse me. Mana?
You heard that song at all?
All I'm sure very, very deserving. I've just never heard of some of them.
All right, let me play you some New Order. Hold on a second here. I'll find some New Order for you. New Order was big in the 90s, I think.
But I mean, that's when I was listening to New Kids on the Block. Did you
ever hear this song at all?
Where am I right now?
This
I'm
was
watching Stranger Things.
This song was in all those.
Was it in The Wedding Singer? It
yeah.
sounds like it was in The Wedding Singer
Well,
with Adam Sandler.
It was in all those movies like The Breakfast Club and stuff like that back in the day too.
Okay. But yeah, so American Idol
It's
Sunday, if you
history.
care,
This
Ryan
is-
Seacrest's going to do it.
This is musical history. We're, a little bit. All right, go ahead. Ryan.
For all of today's Dirty, you can catch up by listening to the podcast. Search Mojo in the Morning in the free iHeartRadio app.
By the way, we can leave this in the podcast, Zach, because it's talking about the song, talking about the artist.
Celebrity Dirt.
They were the chaperone of the time.
Morning's Dirty on the 30.
without the makeup.
Your call may be monitored or recorded.
No, they probably had makeup.
They probably did. I think
They
they did.
definitely have the makeup.
What's going on, Tracy? You're a winner. Congratulations,
Yeah,
Tracy.
Thank you. Good morning.
Hey, congrats to you. How are you?
Thank you. I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic. We're going to set you up. You're going to be in the running to find the fob to win a brand new car.
Oh, how exciting. Thank you so much.
Hang on the phone and let's get some information from you. This is Tracy who wants to win a little red Corvette. Do you guys know who sang that song? Who was that? Hall of
Prince,
Fame?
bruh.
There you go.
Stop playing with me.
You know him.
He bigger than all of them combined.
And he wore a lot of makeup.
Oh, and high heels.
Congratulations to you. Tracy, hang on the phone, okay?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, so it's Mojo in the Morning. I was just recently in Chicago, and I'm going to tell you guys this. That town must be the shoplifting capital of the world. And the reason, and I don't know, somebody Google shoplifting capital of the world. Like, where's everybody shoplifting? I could not believe, or shoplifting capital, like what cities have the most shoplifting incidents? I could not believe that every single store that I went to in the city of Chicago, and we were staying downtown, the beautiful, magnificent Mile, Gold Coast, the city by the lake that's named Michigan after our state. And I could not believe that every single store had an armed security or off-duty Chicago police officer in it. And we went to everywhere. We went to Nike. We went to Lululemon. We went to Nordstrom's. We went to the Aloe store. We went to the Walgreens. I had to go do, that because I forgot my bag. Every single store had an armed security person there. And I kept thinking to myself, this must be like extremely expensive to actually have not only people that are working behind the counters, which a lot of the stores like the Walgreens had self-checkout, but they had a security guard that was standing there. And I asked I asked the guy at the Nike store. You ever go to the Nike store on Michigan Avenue?
Oh, yeah.
They got, it's not as good as it used to be. It used to be like really good. You'd go in there. Sometimes you're like, oh my God, they got this. Or they had like these Jordans and stuff. It was like 5 floors of crap. It felt like. I felt like I was in an outlet. And, I said to one of the security guards that's standing in front, there's like 3 armed security. I go, hey, can I ask you guys a question? I'm not from Chicago. And I said, is this like a thing in Chicago where you guys have cops? And the guy's like, you don't understand. And I said, what's that? I said, are people just coming in the store and like leaving stuff in their bag? And he's like, oh, the one-off people aren't the people we're worried about. We're worried about they have like a flash mob group of people that will come in and they'll just like bombard the store and try to rip you off and then take off.
That terrifies me. If you're in the store, if I'm in the store when that happens, I'm having a heart attack.
What's crazy is the #1 city per capita with theft.
What is it?
Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Is it?
Yes.
So
what are you stealing from Chattanooga?
I would have thought it would be like San Francisco because you always see the
They're up
stories.
there for theft just in general, but
Are
when
they?
you're doing it per capita, it's Chattanooga.
Oh, okay. So it's a smaller
So you're
town.
saying these are police officers or these are like
A lot of
armed
them
security guards?
They're cops with sidearms or they're security guards with sidearms.
Because don't they have that policy where you can't chase me?
Yeah.
Like as if you're an employee of the store.
Yes, we had that when I worked in retail.
Maybe it's just a distraction. But I've often wondered this. The people who are the shoplifters, how do you do it? Because my sister back in the day used to be a regional for the Lane Bryant stores.
Shout out to Lane Bryant.
We love shout out to my girls that like Lane Bryant.
Yeah.
And my sister used to tell me stories all the time about all the theft that she would have to deal with. Every woman that would go into that store, go in and try stuff on and leave with the clothes on. Like they would take off.
Like underneath their clothes that they walked in with
It
is how they do
sad
it.
that because you know what their #1 thing that they sell is bras and underwear.
Well-
These are people that need underwear. That makes me so sad.
Do you think that they really needed underwear or you think they're just stealing it for money too?
No, it's a plus size underwear store and there's not that many options for plus size bras.
But you instantly go, they needed it. Do you think they really they're stealing it for that, or they're stealing it because they are reselling it?
I think there's a difference between, you brought up San Francisco, the people that do like smash and grab stores where they go into a Gucci and they take 30 purses and 3 jackets versus somebody who's going in and taking bras. Like I do think there's a difference there. Just like if I'm at a grocery store, I'm never going to see you stealing deodorant, toothpaste, or diapers. Like I'm never going to see it.
Well, if you're stealing diapers, I feel bad for you. But if you're stealing, crates of diapers and putting them in the back of a truck because you're going to sell them on Amazon, then
I agree with. That's why I think laptops and iPhones are different than bras and diapers.
I think it's wild when you see the videos of women pushing strollers and the stroller. Like, there's a baby in the stroller, but they're just putting crap.
Yeah.
They're stealing all the stuff they're stealing. They're putting, underneath in that bottom part. Or have you seen the videos of the parents or grandparents, whatever, guardians who have the kids actually either act as a decoy or do the stealing?
They think that they'll get away with it. It's so sad.
My sister told me one time of the lady that was at Lane Bryant that used to put stuff up her vagina.
Oh, yeah.
What you mean?
They would hide things.
It's a great place. What are you going to say?
Your joint too blue.
Jewelries and accessories.
Stuff in panties and bras.
Yeah.
It's that easy?
All right, here's what I want to do. Lydia, you do me a favor. Go through the phone lines, and I want you to call us up. We'll voice disguise you. But I want to hear from the shoplifters. And also, obviously, if you work at a store, I want you to tell us, where you've been ripped off and robbed. 844-MOJO Live, 844-665-6548. What's your most stolen item that you're either snatching or you've snatched or put in the snatch? Who knows? I don't know. Call us up.
Cheating is a choice. Another world-famous War of the Roses happens at 9:40 on Mojo in the Morning. Channel 955.
It's Mojo in the mornings, Motor City traffic.
Don't everybody push the button at once. Go ahead, Shannon. What's your
8:55, we're at 49 degrees right now. Sunshine, a high of 66 today, getting into the low 70s tomorrow, up near 80, and sunshine on Thursday. Out on the streets, we have an accident causing some slow traffic, 94 eastbound between Jackson Ave and Baker. It is really slow, about a 12-minute delay, 94 westbound between Moross and Gratiot. More slow traffic, 94 eastbound between Michigan Avenue and 14th Street. And some slow go southbound 275 between Ford Road and M14 and 96. That's your Channel 955 traffic on Mojo in the Morning.
Mojo in the Morning on iHeartRadio.
This report is sponsored by MGM Grand Detroit. MGM Grand Detroit is the place to escape in style with dinner at D Prime Steakhouse, or try your luck in their Vegas-style casino or the Bet MGM Sports Lounge. Then retire to your room featuring next-level comfort. It's a good time for a grand time only at MGM Grand Detroit. Must be 21 or older.
Hey, did you guys know that DTE has made the power more sustainable? That's because DTE is doing their best to improve the electric grid. Last year alone, 70% improvement in the time that customers spent without power. They're investing and working tirelessly is actually the word, to ensure that the grid is in top shape. All to make your power more reliable and your bills lower. Go to DTEenergy.com for details.
This hour is sponsored by Sam Bernstein Law.
Injured? Call 1-800-CALL-SAM and get Michigan's first family of law. Call Sam.
Hey, it's Steve Gabarra at Zotford and Holly, and let's get right to it. We're offering employee pricing for everyone. You heard right. You pay what we pay, guaranteeing you the lowest price, period. Plus, we have huge incentives that can save you up to 25% off the sticker price. But it gets even better because Zotford is delivering the highest trade-in values possible and still getting you the lowest price imaginable on your brand new Ford. That's a dream come true. Get details and surf our tariff-free inventory at dealsinthed.com.
Greetings, Boomtown. Ever since this neighborhood switched to Xfinity Internet,
The Wi-Fi is booming!
Xfinity combines the power of internet and mobile with one all-in plan.
So we've all got lightning-fast, secure Wi-Fi speeds at home and on the go with Wi-Fi Power Boost from Xfinity Mobile.
You get the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best in-class equipment and unlimited data included. Plus, add an unlimited mobile line.
All for only $40 a month for 1 year. To celebrate this combo, we're mashing our shows together.
It's everything you need all in one plan. Plus, learn how to get a free 5G phone with a premium unlimited line. Now, sit back and relax with the smooth, relaxing sound.
Of face-melting acid metal!
Brilliant.
Visit Xfinity.com to learn more. Ends June 23rd with paperless billing and autopay stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Xfinity Internet gateway required. Taxes, fees extra. After 1 year rate increases to $110 a month. After 2 years regular rates apply. Actual Wi-Fi speeds vary. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report August 2024.
Hey Detroit fans, ready for an unforgettable season with the Tigers? Here's your chance to hit it every week. When the Tigers slug 2 or more home runs in a home game at Comerica Park, you score a $5 casino bonus. That's right. Every time Detroit crushes at least 2 dingers over the fence, you get a bonus to use on the exciting Detroit Tigers Lucky Tap. You can claim this awesome offer once per week, Monday through Sunday, and keep the excitement going all season long. So don't let this offer strike out. Step up to the plate, grab your bonus, and join the action today. BetMGM is an official gaming partner of the Detroit Tigers and an official gaming partner of Major League Baseball. BetMGM.com for T's and C's. 21 plus to wager. Michigan only. All promotions are subject to qualification and eligibility requirements. Rewards issued as non-withdrawable site credit bonus bets unless otherwise provided in the applicable terms. Rewards subject to expiry. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, help is available. Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
In-betweens are made for pizza. In between meals, meetings, thoughts, that's pizza time. Stop at Speedway and get 2 hot, delicious slices of pizza and a Mountain Dew 20-ounce for $5 with Speedy Rewards. The convenience stores of Speedway. Valid through 4/29/25. See app for full terms.
Okay, so we tell you guys all the time about how incredible Sonobello is and how they have just changed people's lives. I got this note from Jessica. I love the way that she wrote this. She said, the Sonobello staff is absolutely amazing. Every time I went for my appointments, I felt like I was seeing family. My journey is still going strong because I took a chance on Sonobello. Thank you for all of those who helped achieve my better me. Now, stories like this are what make the Sonobello entire staff, the experience, the absolute best. Everybody in town knows that they are the experts at advanced microlaser fat removal, but you just can't beat the care and expertise from the entire team at Sonobello. In just one visit, you can get rid of that stubborn fat just in time for the warm weather, and that means feeling amazing all summer with beautiful natural curves. Advanced microlaser fat removal is the permanent solution, and Sonobello doctors are the experts. Right now, they're running a spring savings event, so schedule your free consultation now at sonobello.com/radio. That's sonobello.com/radio.
Listen to Channel 955 anytime. Free on the iHeart app.
Presented by Top Dog Law. Top Dog get you top dollar. Go to topdoglaw.com. That's topdoglaw.com.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out?
It's Spruce, the new hard-working, worry-free weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people and pets. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Weeds die by the next day. Find Spruce wherever weed killers are sold.
Switch to Boost Mobile and get unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month forever. That's right. No price hikes, no contracts. $25 forever. Visit a Boost Mobile store today. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
Hey, weekend warriors. How's a little trail therapy sound right now? Hop in. Let's go for a ride in the all-new Nissan Armada Pro 4X. Tune out all those work emails and turn up that twin-turbo V6 engine. Instead of letting the kids play online, show them some epic inclines. Turn your 8-person family dinner into an exhilarating off-road adventure. The all-new Nissan Armada is here. Intelligent four-wheel drive cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions.
With 12 grams of protein per serving, Quaker Protein Instant Oatmeal is there for active mornings, relaxing ones, and all the moments in between. It microwaves in 60 seconds, helping fuel your morning with ease. With 4 delicious flavors to choose from, there's a reason it's the GOAT. That's greatest oatmeal of all time. Try a delicious bowl of Quaker Protein Instant Oatmeal today. Quaker, bring out the good.
Injured? Everyone knows Call Sam will fight and win for you. Get the Bernstein advantage.
More Mojo in seconds.
If you head over to our Mojo in the Morning Instagram page, you're going to see it right there in the top row of posts. Our Mojo gives you a baby contest, all of the details, and then a link to enter and win free IVF from Dr. Shama over at IVF Michigan and the Ohio Fertility Center. We've been doing this for over a decade now. And Dr. Shama, Mojo continues to have more and more babies. I think we're in the 40s right right now with babies that exist
catching
in
up,
this
Nick
world
Cannon.
because of this contest. And truly, if you are struggling with infertility, and I've seen it firsthand with friends and family members, it's devastating. And at some point, you start to lose hope. Please don't. Reach out to Dr. Shama and his team. Sit down, get some of your questions answered, and figure out what in the heck is going on. A lot of other treatments and procedures in addition to IVF, by the way, to help make your dream of a parent, or becoming a parent, I should say, come true. IVF-MI.com, IVF Michigan, where families begin.
This report is sponsored by Diverse Note Mobility.
Weather today, lots of sunshine and a high of 66. Tomorrow, partly sunny and highs up near 70.
Want to jumpstart your STEM career? Diverse Note Mobility offers accelerated training programs with credentials, up to 2 years of college credits, career assistance, and affordable options. Unlock your potential. Visit diversenote.mobi now.
This hour of Mojo in the Morning is powered by Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons.
Here's what's trending now on the new and improved iHeartRadio app.
This is going to be an episode you can't miss. Deepak Chopra drops some mind-blowing wisdom on Purpose with Jay Shetty. And I got to be honest, it might change the way you think. Plus, Julianne Hough spills iconic advice she got from the one and only Dolly Parton on Post Run High. Plus, Clay Matthews joins Lots to Say, and he's got a lot to say about beekeeping. Yeah, you heard that right.
Explore the latest. Open the free iHeartRadio app and see what's trending now.
Live from the Planet Fitness Studios with over 50 Metro Detroit locations and just $15
This
a
hour
month.
on Channel 955, powered by Michigan Auto Law. Auto accident attorneys. Visit autolaw.com.
That's autolaw.com.
WKQI Detroit. WSNX Muskegon Grand Rapids. WVKS Toledo. 3 great stations. 1 stupid show. This is Mojo in the Morning. Live.
Mojo in the Morning show, talking about shoplifters and shoplifting. Hold on, look at these calls here on the phone. We've got some professional shoplifters, and then we got some people that are petty thefts that got themselves into trouble.
Okay, kleptomaniacs.
I'm going to get to the kleptos here in a second, but first, Rachel, you say that you were just innocent in yours, and you got yourself in big trouble, huh?
Correct. So I was a very loyal shopper at Target, and I was at the self-checkout, and apparently I had 2 bathing suits. One was a clearance bathing suit for $4, and I didn't scan it. It didn't scan on the register. So after I checked out and finished, they actually arrested me on the spot.
Wow.
And charged me with retail fraud, yes.
Wow. Target ain't fooling around.
$5,000 later. Yeah, $5,000 later with the attorney, everything got dropped because of there's lack of evidence, but it was scary and
So that you know what it is, the people that steal in big bulk are the ones ruin it for just the innocent person that may have a misscan because they're like, hey, we're losing so much damn money on this deal. You want to talk to some of those people that are the ones that are big time thefts?
Oh yeah.
Hannah here now. Are you saying that you are a rehabbed kleptomaniac?
Yeah. So back when I was struggling with addiction, I've been sober 5 years now. I was there. Thank you. But I was very good at shoplifting. I would find receipts on the ground, and then I would steer clear of any electronics and only go for like dog food, laundry detergent, diapers, those type of items. Pretend I was shopping.
Okay.
Or once I collected that.
Oh, you're kind of. Stop for a second. Hold on. You would pretend like you were shopping, and then what would you do with them?
I would walk straight out the door. Like I'd have a decoy receipt in my hand, just walk out. Then go to a different store of the same like type down the road or wherever, and return the items, get cash back.
Wow. And you were using this money to go get your drug fix?
Yeah, drugs, food, whatever. I had all like the side effects that come with using, so homelessness, those type of things.
Question for you: Why did you go for dog food? I've never heard that one before. Why dog food?
Well, I was just using that as an example because that was like a higher price item, so I'd find these receipts that weren't mine.
Yeah.
And it would, like I said, I would steer clear of electronics because that's where I felt like loss prevention would look at you.
Yeah.
Loss prevention wasn't looking for someone to steal dog food, and that cost $30-$40. And so that would be. I loved those receipts and like diaper receipts because those were I could get one item and that was enough to get me enough stuff to last me for the day.
God.
What store was your most frequent theft taking place at?
Probably Target.
Okay. Well, like that last lady. Yeah.
Over about like an 18-month period, I had to have stolen like $30,000 of merchandise. No, that
Oh my God. This is
And what was your drug of choice?
meth.
Okay.
Wow. That's well, we're happy that you're clean and that you are, doing it right now, honestly, and everything is good. Although, do you have any more dog food
or teeth?
No. Wait, is it true that when you do meth that you lose your teeth?
I have all my teeth.
She's got her teeth. She's got them right there. All right. Well, thank you, Hannah. I appreciate that. I'm happy for you.
Yes, indeed. God bless you, Hannah. Keep it going.
Kaylin, you're there. Kaylin?
She stole her
Hi,
connection.
Kaylin.
You there? There you are. So, Kaylin, you worked at a Dollar Tree. Why are people ripping off a Dollar Tree? You're only getting things that cost $1.
Essentials.
The funny thing is, I was there for 6 years, so I recognized most of them, and I would be like, hey, there's a Target across the street, and they'd run out of the store real quick.
What was like the top stolen items?
Well, we're a Dollar Tree Plus now, so we would get our big $5 baskets and just fill it with stuff.
And run out?
And there was actually, there was one time they got an extra large gift bag, and I caught the guy outside. He dropped it because the string fell. There were 11 bottles of warming lubrication.
Whoa, he just busted out my night.
11 bottles.
You ruined that man night. He had plans.
By the way, I buy
couldn't
my
believe
lube
it.
at a Dollar Tree Plus.
I mean, it's warming. You might as well.
Absolutely.
It's bang for the buck.
That's amazing.
Literally.
Maddie said that she would go for a specific item because she was able to resell them. What item was that, Maddie, when you were be shoplifting?
Yeah. Hi, guys. First time, long time. What's up?
What's going on?
So this is a long time ago. I don't do this anymore, but my ex-boyfriend is a little shady, and we would go to like Meijer or Walmart, and we would just grab as many Garmin GPSs as we could.
Oh.
Because they were like half the time they weren't locked up, so we could just throw them in my big purse, and then we would sell them on like Craigslist or eBay or something, and they were like $200. So
Man,
we made pretty good money.
What kind of money would you sell them for? Like a discounted price, just under $200?
Yeah, no, that would be like $150. But I mean, we were pretty young, so that would last us quite some time. But we were quite the kleptos too. He would steal all sorts of other
You
stuff
were the
as well.
original Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah, you could say that for sure.
I love that you had to be
the
the one carrying it. Do you think that if you got busted, he would have like said, "I don't know who she is"? Like,
Oh yeah, absolutely. He's a terrible human.
he would throw your ass in. I don't want to be the one to be the mule. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I'm not carrying the
Right.
thing.
Yeah.
I'm putting that on somebody else.
Yeah, well, I got half the profit, so it's kind of worth it.
Okay.
And I'm back in.
Joe stole so much. Joel, you ended up doing prison time.
Yeah, hi guys. It's Joe. I'm a very long time listener.
Hey,
Joe. Yeah, not a first time caller. Okay, so when I was 18, 19 years old.
All right.
Wait, say
He
that
robbed
again?
us. He just robbed
I'm
us
telling
of the
you,
air horn.
he been listening 5 to 10.
Go ahead, Joe.
So when I was 18, 19 years old, I was hanging with like the wrong crowd and doing a bunch of bad stuff. And me and a buddy of mine, we used to go into Walmart, and they had these airsoft guns that like had these big batteries that ran them. You could shoot them fully automatic.
My kids
They're
had
like
those things. Those are
$300
great.
guns.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So expensive.
Those
Yeah.
are great.
So we would put like 4 or 5 of those in a cart, and then we would grab cases of beer and Red Bull and Monster, and then we would have like a Subway receipt, and then so they're standing there and they just give us a nod, and I say thanks, and they say have a good day. Wow. So I ended up escalating, of course, and ended up doing armed robberies, and that's what I went to prison for.
Oh my God.
With those airsoft guns or like a real gun?
No, I had a real little compact 45 that was real. I could have definitely.
So did you do the whole stick 'em up type thing, or did you just have the gun on you and say?
Oh no.
Yeah.
I robbed liquor stores, cab drivers, a gas station. Yeah, it was all the bad stuff.
What finally got you caught,
I did
Joe?
my 5 years. Well, it was after a couple of the armed robberies. It was the last time me and my buddy were at Walmart, and they surrounded us, and we fought our way out. And my picture was on the news that day.
Oh my God.
Yep, and somebody called the Crime Stoppers and said, "I know who that guy is."
There was some tip money attached to you. There was some money attached.
When you robbed banks.
Yes, there was.
When you robbed banks, was it like the movie where you had to wear a mask?
I didn't rob a bank. I was almost there.
The liquor stores.
I was almost there. Yeah, liquor stores. There was a Kroger gas station kiosk, which I already pled to all this, so I'm not worried about getting in trouble again.
I can't imagine the kiosk had a lot of money in it, though.
Yeah.
Who's paying with cash anymore?
I'd be so mad.
Can I tell you something? I wouldn't rob a liquor store or these party stores because I think most of those guys got guns behind the counter with them. So I'd be so afraid of that.
For sure.
Tiffany said she stole from a Target just last week. What did you steal, Tiffany?
Can you hear me?
I got you, Tiffany, yes. And I'm tracing this call.
So, so I had my kids with me. It was for Easter. I had grabbed the big bog bags off of a shelf, and that's what I was hiding their stuff in.
And you stole their Easter bag items, or you mistakenly stole?
Yeah. No, I stole the bag, the bog bag. So I shoved all their stuff in there because they were in the cart. So I was trying to hide it from them.
But
and
why?
I got to the U-Scan and I scanned all their Easter bag stuff and then forgot to get that part off of the bottom
so
of
this
the
was a
cart.
mistake.
So it was accidental.
Okay. All right. That's
But
a bad,
I mean,
that's a
she
bad
still did it.
Yeah, but
she didn't go back and pay for it.
Go back and pay for it.
No, we ain't doing that.
Cohen, what were you calling about?
I had a comment about the guy that stole all the lube.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's going to have a fantastic Diddy party.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. From the dollar. Do you think any of the lube at Diddy's parties ever came from a Dollar Tree Plus? Probably not.
He probably got good discounts on it.
Yeah.
Stuff.
All right. Thank you for the call. I appreciate it. He waited on hold just to tell us that. I know.
Mojo in the Morning has a shop for you to win $1,000 now. Pay your bills is on.
We're going to pay bills. Chance to win $1,000. What is the word? Oh, let me look on my log here. The word is
lube.
No, the word is what is the word, Lydia?
It's taped on your you taped down below, right?
I don't see it. No.
Oh, Moj. What about your show schedule?
Show schedule. I do. Hold
It's
on.
at 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. It says the word
Mine's
is
after 8. Before 10.
Is it check? Is that the word?
Yep, the first
check.
one.
Oh.
Check is the word. Go enter that right now on our website. Check.
Where did your thing go? Your paper.
I don't know. Check is the word. Enter check right now.
Check for your
Up on the
paper.
website. It's mojointhemorning.com. Your chance to win $1,000. Time now for Am I the A-Hole on the Mojo in the Morning show. This is where you send us a talkback on the iHeartRadio app. Go right to the station, hit that little talkback mic and say, hey, Mojo in the Morning.
So my best friend keeps asking to hang out with me and my new boyfriend and his whole friend group. The thing is, my boyfriend doesn't like her. They've gotten into a few fights before, and she's apologized, but he still doesn't want anything to do with her. So I'm not letting her join our plans because I don't want to make him feel uncomfortable. And my best friend thinks it's on me to fix things between them, but I don't really think that's my job. She says I'm choosing my man over her, and now I don't know what to do. Am I an a-hole for this?
Is she? Let's find out from Olivia more details. Olivia, first off, how long are you friends with this person? How long has this girl been your best friend?
Yeah, she's been my best friend for about 6 years.
Okay, so it's been a while.
long time.
How long has this guy been in your life?
Not long, a few months.
Okay, and you're choosing the guy over your friend. Is it because the fact that you think that she's in the wrong for
whatever
arguing?
they argued over.
Yeah.
I mean, I think, she thinks that, he's cocky and he thinks that she's annoying. And I think they're both just being petty and not thinking about, if they both love me, or I don't know if he loves me yet, but, hopefully we're getting there, that they would get past that and, it not put this on me to choose or whatever.
Do you think that some of their fighting is their personality? How much of their fighting is their personality and how much of their fighting is jealousy, maybe, where you see sometimes where the girl's upset that you got a boyfriend or the guy's upset that you got this best friend that takes time from you?
Yeah, I think that definitely is a big part of it.
Yeah. Here's what I would say. I don't know what the fights are about, and I don't think we'll be able to have enough time to get into what the argument's about. But I will say this, that it's really hard out there to date. I hear stories all the time of girls that can't find, like they'll go out dating and guys are losers. It's easy to find a new best girlfriend.
Oh.
You know what?
No, wrong.
Ditch the friend for the penis.
I will say this. It's hard for me to tell you who's the a-hole here because I don't know what the arguments were about. Maybe your boyfriend very much was in the right here and your friend was not. I remember my mom instilling this in me from when I was in like Lucy's age in elementary school. Boys will come and go, but your girlfriends last forever, or your friends, whatever. Your friends last. Your friends are there for you, through thick and through thin. And so you are stuck in between a rock and a hard place for sure, having to choose and make plans with one person and not include the other. That's tough. I do not envy you.
I'm hoping that, they'll just start to get along. I mean, it's been a couple months, so I think they just need to, I don't know, hopefully just warm up to each other a little bit more, and hopefully she'll see he's not just, a nothing boyfriend that I'm just hanging out with or whatever.
Can I be honest? That was a bad footing. That's hard to come back from right off the bat.
I could be, I don't know what I could be, but maybe I missed it. You know, in your hardest of hearts, who was wrong in the scenario, in the situation? Which one was it? Your best friend or the dude that you just met?
I think my best friend, honestly.
Was wrong.
So,
yeah. So
should she, because I would say then you should be friends enough with her where you could pull her aside and say,
absolutely.
Hey, instead of not having to invite, because I think what you're doing is you're avoiding the confrontation of telling somebody that they're in the wrong.
Yeah, but sometimes even when you tell your friend that's in the wrong, they're going to blame the dude because you're choosing him over her. That's so tough.
Am I the a-hole is what we're doing.
That's why I haven't done it. Yeah, because that's exactly right.
All right.
I know she's going to.
I want quickly from listeners, if you could call 844-MOJO Live, 844-665-6548, and tell us if you think Olivia is an a-hole for doing this. And if you're Olivia, who do you choose in this case?
Yeah. Is she an a-hole for choosing her boyfriend over her best friend of 6 years?
No.
Yeah, I mean, I think on the surface, I think that's the obvious choice because they don't have time in yet. 2 months. Can't compare that to 6 years of friendship.
You got to figure this thing out now, Olivia, because the problem is if you don't figure this out now, and if this guy becomes a long-term relationship, that means you're giving up a friendship for a guy.
But if he your soulmate, it is what it is.
First off, soulmates are BS. I don't believe in that.
Why you say that?
I just think it's a BS thing.
Why
but
y'all say that,
I also think
it's about effort and putting in work.
You don't know if somebody's a soulmate two times.
Do you think your soulmate is just randomly born in the general vicinity that you were when there's 7 billion people on this planet? Or do you think your perfect person doesn't even speak the same language as you?
I have no idea what that question means.
My
soulmate doesn't speak the same language as me?
I mean, the probability is just high that they wouldn't,
A lot of people speak English, man. And you can learn languages. I don't know how to take that.
Let me go to Sam real quick. Let's go to Am I the A-hole in this one. Am I the A-hole, Sam? What do you think? Is she an A-hole?
I do not think she's the a-hole. I think I think the boyfriend and her best friend are in the wrong.
Yeah.
If they cannot be civil adults, then they simply do not love her and appreciate her as who she is.
That's a good point. Maybe don't hang out with either one of them. Maybe they both need to be put in timeout. Rebecca, what's up? Am I the a-hole?
Hi there. I do not think she's the a-hole. I actually went through a situation similar to this a few years ago, and my boyfriend at the time just did not like my best friend, thought she was a really bad influence on me, and I ended up choosing, I guess, in that situation, my boyfriend over her. He and I had only been dating for like 2 or 3 months, and we're actually married now with our first daughter. So.
Oh. And what about, where's the best friend at nowadays?
We don't talk anymore. We were friends for a few years, but I actually did realize how much she was a bad influence on me, and I was just not my best person with her.
Interesting. You kind of weaned out a friend by finding this new person that you're now together with. What's up, Marlene?
Hey, good morning, everybody.
Good morning,
Good, Marlene. What do you think?
I don't think peeing should move you like that. I don't think you should dish your best friend for some new excitement.
Don't ever be moved by the mean. I like that, by the
Don't
way.
get moved by the meat.
That's well put, Marlene. That was great.
Marlene, don't call it a peen.
I mean,
oh, God.
Peen comes dime a dozen. I mean,
Marlene.
It's not a good.
It's too much
Not
rhyming
a
here.
good idea.
By the way, it's tough out there to find good peen, though. What's going on?
Marlene is the peen queen.
Corey, what's up?
Hey, guys. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
So I don't think that she's the a-hole, but I also think she should be Switzerland in this situation because, like you guys said, they're both adults. And actually, my best friend's boyfriend, when she first started dating him, I could not stand him. I literally could not stand him. Now we get along so well, and he's like actually really good friends with my husband too. So it can end
might
up
take some
working
time.
out. So she should just chill.
Yeah, that's a good point. It might take some time. It's only been 2 months. Carrie, what do you think?
I think that he's being an a-hole because if she really wants to be with him, he's got to accept her friends. Some guys don't want anybody else's friends other than their own.
That's so true.
I think that that's the case, too. Olivia, I wouldn't so quickly give up a friendship over a guy you've only known for 2 months.
Yep.
But I also would not let her off easy if she's the one that's the instigator in all the problems. I think you got to have a talk with her. Last call from Tiffany.
Yes. How are you?
Fantastic, Tiffany. What's going on? Am I the a-hole? Olivia here. What do you think?
No, she's not an a-hole, but honestly, I would choose my friend, but I would have to make my friend understand that now that I'm in a new relationship, just to respect, him, and that I would still invite her out to dinner with us, though, and I would actually make them talk about it.
That's actually not a bad point.
One is not going to go nowhere.
He's a mediator.
Yeah.
I've seen situations where people outwardly in the beginning don't necessarily seem like they get along, and then it turns out that they realize they have more in common than you think. And the most thing that they have in common, Olivia, is you. That you brought them together. So, is your friend? Did we ask this question? Is your friend in a relationship?
No, she's not.
Well, there's a problem. I think you know what you need to do? Find out from your boyfriend. Find her somebody that you guys can match her up with.
Pawn her off on somebody else.
There you go. See if there's some other peen out there, as Marlene would say.
Mojo. Exposing male trash.
Loser.
One D-bag at a time.
War of the Roses!
Or the roses in minutes on Mojo in the Morning. Channel 955.
It's Mojo in the Mornings, Motor City Traffic.
927, 49 degrees right now, sunshine, and a high of
nice today,
66 degrees today.
Sunny.
Okay, so the streets are kind of messy at the moment. We have some traffic signals flashing red eastbound 8 Mile at Ralston Road. It is stop and go from Livernois in the area. An accident blocking the right lane southbound US 23 just north of M14. Another accident 94 eastbound before Baker Road. It's slow from M52. Some really slow traffic eastbound 696 from Orchard Lake to Franklin Road, 94 eastbound between Addison and John R. A delay there. Eastbound 96, the Jeffries brand new accident at MLK, and some slow traffic on the southbound lodge between Chicago Boulevard and West Grand Boulevard. That's your Channel 955 traffic on Mojo in the Morning.
Channel 955.
An iHeart radio station.
This report is sponsored by Cordell & Cordell.
Cordell & Cordell, Divorce and Family Law. CordellCordell.com. 866-323-7529. 866-323-7529. Joseph Cordell, Principal Partner. CordellCordell.com.
When I grow up, I want to live in Birmingham Point. I just look at these things. Man, Chelsea, let's sell our house. Let's move to this downtown oasis in Birmingham. It's a brand new place. Birmingham Point offers unbeatable access to iconic destinations in Birmingham. It's brand new. There's more than 152 gorgeous new residences. I mean, we're talking some of the most incredible interiors I've ever seen. Concierge service, a rooftop pool deck, ground floor outdoor amenity lawn, and private garage for your convenience. It's in Birmingham, and if you want to see it, and if you're looking to rent, go to FHSliving.com. That's FHSliving.com. Discover unparalleled downtown living at Birmingham Point. FHSliving.com.
This hour is sponsored by Sam Bernstein Law.
After an accident, there are two types of people: those who got the Bernstein advantage and those who wish they did.
Shayna Roofing, Michigan's roofing experts that offer transparent pricing and a lifetime transferable warranty. With a 4.9 rating on Google reviews, why choose anyone else? Visit Shayna Roofing at mymichiganroof.com.
Kroger brand products have the great taste you'll celebrate. That's why over 40 million people choose Kroger brand products, making them a true crowd pleaser. And with quality guaranteed, you'll love your choice or get your money back. Score Kroger brand products with savings you can cheer for and great taste you can't resist. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out?
It's Spruce, the new hard-working, worry-free weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people and pets. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Weeds die by the next day. Find Spruce wherever weed killers are sold.
The flavors of the Mediterranean are coming to Macomb with the grand opening of Middle Eats, May 3rd from 10 a.m. to midnight. Middle Eats invites you to their grand opening celebration with $5 shawarma bowls all day. Middle Eats will have a live DJ on site and a prize wheel for you to spin and win one of their many grand opening prizes. Don't miss it. The family-friendly Middle Eats grand opening celebration happening May 3rd at 17673 Hall Road in Macomb.
Lydia, wouldn't you say that a lot of people who are thinking about getting custom LASIK surgery, like that thought has crossed their mind? You think to yourself, oh, it would be so nice to not have to wear my contacts anymore, but they're scared. And that's the reason they don't do it.
Yeah, and it's absolutely life-changing. Like, trust me, I get it. Shannon had to talk me through it. I even needed a little bit of a pep talk from Dr. Yeldo over at the Yeldo Eye Center. But that's the thing, is that I came out with 20/15 vision, and I was walked through the process, like, very smoothly and quickly. And I was also back to work the very next day. I have to mention that.
Yeah, I mean, you could take it from us, and truly, I was just as terrified as Lydia was. This is your eyes we're talking about here. I completely understand the fear, but schedule a complimentary consultation with Dr. Yaldo, see his facility, meet his team, and let us assure you the surgery is pretty much painless. It is so fast, less than 3 minutes. You are back at work or school the next day with, in many cases, better than 20/20 vision. YeldoEyeCenter.com.
Listen to Channel 955 anytime. Free on the iHeart app.
Presented by Top Dog Law. Top Dog get you top dollar. Go to TopDogLaw.com. That's TopDogLaw.com.
Buying or selling a home is one of life's biggest decisions, and trust matters. But trust isn't given, it's earned. That's why RE/MAX agents are proud to be voted the #1 most trusted real estate agents in the U.S. With experience, dedication, and a commitment to your best interest, RE/MAX agents provide expert guidance every step of the way. Because when it comes to one of life's most important investments, trust is everything. Visit RE/MAX.com to search for homes or an agent near you.
RE/MAX, voted most trusted real estate agency brand by American shoppers based on the 2024 BrandSpark American Trust Study. Each office independently
owned and operated.
Ever sign up for a phone plan thinking, wow, great price, and then a few months later, it's like, surprise, your bills doubled? With Boost Mobile, you pay $25 a month forever. That's unlimited talk, text, and data starting at just $25 a month. No price hikes, no contracts. Plus, with Boost, you're on America's newest 5G network. Head to your local Boost store today and get unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 a month forever. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
The big guests continue on Las Culturistas. This week, it's the very funny Amy Poehler.
Don't overthink it.
They talk water.
We did not drink water growing up. Water was not a thing.
Parenting.
You got teen boys. This is like the black diamond of parenting.
And, of course,
I don't think so, honey. Horror movies. Okay?
Amy Poehler is on Las Culture.
The latest episode drops tomorrow. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search Las Culturistas, and listen now.
Enjoy even more before you spin with Caesars Palace Online Casino. Download today and register with code RADIOLAUNCH. New users get a $10 sign-up bonus, a 100% deposit match up to $1,000, and 2,500 reward credits after wagering $25. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Michigan. Minimum wagering within 7 days required to unlock bonuses. Full terms and wagering requirements at CaesarsPalaceOnline.com/promos. Gambling problem? Call the Michigan Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-270-7117.
If you want total control of your education, you've got it at WGU. You're not tied to traditional semester schedules at WGU and can even graduate ahead of schedule by proving mastery of the material you already know. This means you can finish your degree in less time and for less money. See how your knowledge can give you an edge at WGU.edu.
Take me out to the ball. Hey, Tigers fans, the Michigan Lottery has something new to sing about. Introducing the Detroit Tigers games. A Tigers instant ticket, pull tab, and 2 online games. Buy me some Tigers games, wish me luck.
Maybe I'll win $500,000.
Enjoy your favorite pastime and a chance to strike it rich. So let's root for the Tigers. With 1, 2, 3 new ways to play. The new Detroit Tigers games, only from the Michigan Lottery. Knowing your limits is always the best bet. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
Mojo in the Morning, powered by me, Steve Gabarra at Zot Ford, and we deliver the highest trade-in values while giving you the lowest possible price on a brand new Ford.
More Mojo in seconds.
I mean, you just heard him, Steve Gabarra from Zot Ford in Holly, and he's really the guy you got to see if you are in the market for a new vehicle, because right now at Zot Ford, they've rolled out that employee pricing, and that's for everybody. That means you're going to pay what they pay, which is going to guarantee you the lowest price, period. On top of that, Zot Ford has these huge incentives right now. That means that you can save up to 25% off the sticker price on a brand new Ford. Ford is the only manufacturer actually lowering their prices right now. I've heard lots of other car companies are raising their prices. Now, that's going to drive up the used car values, though. So when you trade in your current ride at Zot Ford, they're going to offer you the highest trade-in value and still get you the lowest price possible on your brand new Ford. This is like what I like to call a win-win scenario. Get the details and serve Zod's tariff-free inventory at dealsinthed.com and tell Steve that I sent you. This hour of Mojo in the Morning is powered by DTE Energy.
Live from the Planet Fitness Studios. Planet Fitness, we're all strong on this planet.
Cheat and you'll get caught is the War of the Roses in minutes on Mojo in the Morning.
All right, giving away a brand new car. It's a Chevy. Love my Chevys. Drove the Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Let's go.
Okay, wait, I love that song.
Yeah, that's a banger.
I'm
You
90.
got to play that. Drove the Chevy to the levee, but the what was that from? What song was that from?
Bye, Miss American
Bye,
Pie.
Miss American Pie.
Oh, but the levee was dry.
That's the song. Good old boys drinking whiskey and rye, singing "This will be the day that I die." That's a banger, bro.
This will be the day that I die.
You know,
that's a banger.
this song is and the cats and the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man on the moon. Literally. And we'll be together then. Oh no, we'll have a good time then.
All right, I'm going to come a little bit newer than that. Take on me.
Take on me.
Take me on.
Take on me.
All right.
We need to put us out of our misery.
Call 844 Mojo Live.
I apologize.
Call 844-665-6548 for a chance to win a brand new Chevy. It's Find the Effin' Fob. We actually changed the words, by the way, the thing. It's called Find the Effin' Fob now. Now Find the Fob. Because if you can't find it after 2 weeks of doing it, you're like, where the heck? Where's my effing fob at?
Mojo in the mornings, Dirty on the 30.
Loved our sing-along.
War of the Roses coming up here in moments. Get ready to bust a cheater this morning. The guy had a condom in his car that she found, and she now thinks he's cheating. Shannon, what's going on in the Dirty?
So Beyonce's mom, Tina Knowles, and her secret cancer battle. She tells Gayle King on CBS Mornings that she was recently diagnosed with stage 1 breast cancer.
I was diagnosed with breast cancer in my left breast. How hard is it to say that? I'm getting emotional because it was like, you know, I've always tried to take care of myself, and I was in disbelief.
Yeah, she said doctors discovered 2 tumors during her mammogram appointment. And this is your reminder right now to make your mammogram for this year, ladies. And she said, although she's recovered from the cancer, there have been a lot of obstacles and hurdles along the way. She contracted a post-surgical infection so bad that she almost had to bail on that Glamour 2024 Women of the Year event that was held back in October, just like a very, very big deal to her. She pushed through it because it was important to her, even though Beyonce was like, please just stay home and rest. That's what you need to do. But she knew she deserved the award that was getting bestowed. So just something that she kept close to her and didn't want to share. And now she thankfully is on the other side of it.
It's amazing how much she sounds like Beyonce in that clip, huh? Sounds exactly like her mom, or Beyonce sounds like her mama.
Kanye West taking to social media to announce that he has released a new song that I cannot play for you, but it is about childhood incest. The song is called Cousins. It is about, he says, his cousin that is locked up for life for killing a pregnant woman a few years after Kanye claims that he told this cousin that they could not look at dirty magazines together anymore. And he talks in this song about how when he and his cousin were both around 6 years old, they stumbled upon some dirty magazines and then they started acting out what they saw. And he said, you know, God, I can't get into detail here because it's just not appropriate, but there were sexual acts, very sexual acts that happened between Kanye and his cousin, and that is detailed in this song Cousins.
Wow.
So if you hear it, just know that that's what it's about.
The problem, though, with Kanye releasing any, things like that would be something like, wow, I'm going to listen to this. He's done such a horrible job of public relation for the guy that now it's kind of like, I'm like, all right, I think Kanye needs to, go away quietly.
And this is intense.
Just
reading through the lyrics. It's
That's
intense.
sad. I mean, somebody that says that they, either have been sexually abused or was put in a situation that forced them to participate in the sexual act younger than what they should have been, and we just kind of brush it off and say he crazy, go away.
Well,
I think it is sad. I think it's horrifically
Well, let's say
sad.
that. Let's
and
say
I
that
think
then.
I just did. I think it's very
You
sad.
were prompted to say it. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm being combative. Combative. Go ahead.
It's just he's harmed a lot of other people.
I think that the thing is, that is probably what has led him to go down the paths that he's gone down, is that he's got a lot of, and it is no doubt that when his mom died is when he kind of went off.
But it sounds like with this, the trauma started way before then.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is let's give people some grace. And obviously he said things and done things that we don't agree with, and I'm not saying he should be absolved of those things. But let's also have a heart and say, okay, he's been through some stuff that may have been the domino effect to lead him down here. That's all I'm saying.
Fair.
And I'm going to end on a
Everybody's fair.
happy note. Okay, let's talk
What do
about
you
the
got?
Detroit
What are you
Pistons.
going to talk about? Shannon, by the way, I love when stuff like this happens. Shannon's like,
You should see her
I
face.
wish I didn't
Honestly,
do this
I don't
story.
feel well. I didn't want to do that
I
story
wish I
anyway,
didn't
but it's
do that
everywhere.
story.
It's like, yeah.
Why did I not talk about the Pope being dead?
Because we always
Because
talk.
we all know
always
the Pope's
talk.
dead is
I
funeral
know.
Saturday.
We always talk Kanye crazy.
Talks
This
about
Kanye. We talk everything negative Kanye. Then the story come out and everybody want to be on hush mode. No, we gonna talk about it. Let's talk about it.
What is happy that you want to talk about?
The Pistons.
What?
Cade Cunningham.
Hold on.
33 points.
Not
12
win game
rebounds.
2. And you heard that from me. Y'all print whatever the hell y'all want. Y'all put a front page, back page, middle of the page. They will not win game 2. Ain't no more to be said. We will win game 2.
Teammates have any react?
We will win game 2.
I miss Rasheed Wallace. Could you imagine a player like Rasheed Wallace on this team playing with these guys? Oh my!
We bringing that bad boy energy back.
is
That's
good.
for sure.
So it is tied 1 game apiece in the best of 7 matchup. Thursday, we will be back. The Pistons will be back home
Here at MSG
at
with
LCA.
the Pistons leading at 64-53. Brunson put it up high. Knocked out of there by Towns, but right to Cunningham. That's saucy! Cade Cunningham!
Saucy.
Listen, these refs got to do something about Jalen Brunson and the foul baiting that he's doing. We got to stop it. This is not basketball.
Yeah, when he like leans into you
Bruh.
behind the 3-point line.
It's ridiculous.
Brunson gets it in. Caught by Towns. Brunson will fire. And that's it. The Pistons end the longest losing streak in NBA playoff history.
Wow.
They win their first postseason game since 2008.
Wow.
Thursday, I'm going to post a link on my Instagram. May have some tickets available.
What?
But the link will send you to Ticketmaster.
Wait, hold on. Why? I thought you were going to buy
I was
them
like,
first.
wait.
Do we? So we know that there might be some tickets still on sale.
I don't know. I doubt it, but it'll probably be on the secondary market. And all
I
that.
would like to know if there's anybody listening that has ever felt like I have been a good person to them over the years that has tickets to that game. If you need a companion, I will drive if you have tickets to that game. I'm actually at a point now where I'm excited over the fact that we've got all these playoff teams, but I'm starting to also wonder, how do people have enough money to go to all these games? Between the Tigers making the playoffs at the end of the baseball season, then the Lions and their season then going into the playoffs, and now the Pistons.
Locker room?
The Lions, yeah. I saw that yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing: most of the people that have these tickets usually have tickets to all these, different sports. How do they afford going to every one of these?
So I know a girl who's been selling her designer bags and shoes because she's such a huge sports fan, and that's how she's been buying tickets to. Specifically, it was Lions.
It's amazing.
But isn't that? I mean, it's insane. It's insanity. Yeah.
It's nice to be. It was nice to have winners, right?
I think that was a big bummer, though, that I've gone to games every single year, Lions games every year, and this is the first year I couldn't afford to go to a game.
Yeah.
That's sad.
I'll tell you what: if you stay and don't leave us, I'll get you to a
Oh my
game
God!
next
Now it's
year.
turning to bribery.
I'll do it. Otherwise, you go hang out with the Mud Hens if you want to. But if you stay, we'll get you some Lions tickets.
All right, for all today's dirty catch-up by checking out the podcast, search Mojo in the Morning
she's not
in the
answering
free
me. She's
iHeartRadio
thinking.
app.
I'm not. Come on. Thinking about it.
Get more dirt at mojointhemorning.com. Mojo in the Morning's Dirty on the 30.
I'll be your agent. This is a negotiation. What's going on traffic-wise? Shannon, good morning.
Good morning, 946, 50 degrees right now. We are going to see sunshine all day today and a high of 66 out on the streets. We still have those traffic signals flashing red. Eastbound 8 Mile at Ralston Road. It is stop and go from Livernois. A disabled vehicle in the right lane. 75 southbound at 9 Mile. Traffic backed up there from 696. An accident blocking the 2 left lanes. 94 eastbound before Livernois. Eastbound 96, the Jeffries at MLK. An accident in the left lane there. That has stop and go traffic from 94. An accident eastbound 696 just west of Orchard Lake Road, and an accident in the right lane southbound US 23 just north of M14. That's your Channel 955 traffic on Mojo in the Morning.
An
iHeart radio station.
This report is sponsored by Speedway. No matter what time it is, it's pizza time. Get 2 hot slices of pizza topped with cheese, pepperoni, or extreme meat, and a Mountain Dew 20-ounce. All for $5 with Speedy Rewards. Valid through 4/29/25. See app for full terms.
Who's still trying to figure out their taxes, huh? If you're somebody that's been struggling with this, maybe you don't have the money to pay. Maybe you didn't figure out how to work out those taxes from the money that you got back when COVID was going on and people were getting their money. If you're freaking out and not knowing what to do, Levy & Associates will help you out. My friend Lance over at Levy & Associates, he gives Mojo in the Morning listeners concierge service. And what I mean by concierge services, he's taking care of you to make sure that you can get through this. There is no stress when it comes to the IRS when you've got Levy & Associates on your side. Call 1-800-TAX-LEVY. That's 1-800-TAX-LEVY. Let Levy & Associates help you out. 1-800-TAX-LEVY.
In life, there is the graceful walk, and then there's the trip into the bleachers and crack your tooth kind of walk. We have same-day emergency service for the second one. Brightside Dental. Call 1-800-PAINLESS or visit brightside-dental.com.
Hey everyone, it's Tanya Lalonde from Summit Place Kia. Every day I meet new car buyers who think they have bad credit, only discover that their credit isn't so bad after all. In fact, most of them have good enough credit to afford the new Kia that they really want. Remember, buying a car is one of the biggest decisions you'll ever make. So, before you accept what someone else says about your credit, get a second opinion from a name that you can trust. Come see me, Tanya Lalonde, today at Summit Place Kia in Clinton Township, at Summit Place Kia in Auburn Hills.
You should be driving a Kia from Summit Place Kia. Summit Place Kia.
Attorney advertising. Local counsel, Michigan auto law. Paid active dramatization. Past results do not guarantee future results in each case.
You hear what they trying to do to Top Dog? They trying to euthanize him. I told them ever since he made the news, this was going to happen. Animal rights is pissed off at him. I asked him, what you going to do if they catch you? He said, I'm going to bite him. See what happened when you keep biting people? Look at these insurance companies trying to put you to sleep, trying to unalive you. Top Dog sitting there like, what they gonna do? There's nothing they can do about it. If they touch me, I'm biting them. If they touch me, I'm suing them. They just mad. People call me. They get into an accident and call me. I get them top dollar. It's what I do. That is what I do. Any accident, big or small, call the dog. Top Dog Law.
Ever sign up for a phone plan thinking, wow, great price. And then a few months later, it's like, surprise, your bills doubled. With Boost Mobile, you pay $25 a month forever. That's unlimited talk, text, and data starting at just $25 a month. No price hikes, no contracts. Plus, with Boost, you're on America's newest 5G network. Head to your local Boost store today and get unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 a month forever. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
Hey, Detroit fans, ready for an unforgettable season with the Tigers? Here's your chance to hit it every week. When the Tigers slug 2 or more home runs in a home game at Comerica Park, you score a $5 casino bonus. That's right. Every time Detroit crushes at least 2 dingers over the fence, you get a bonus to use on the exciting Detroit Tigers Lucky Tap. You can claim this awesome offer once per week, Monday through Sunday, and keep the excitement going all season long. So don't let this offer strike out. Step up to the plate, grab your bonus, and join the action today. BetMGM is an official gaming partner of the Detroit Tigers and an official gaming partner of Major League Baseball. BetMGM.com for T's and C's. 21 plus to wager. Michigan only. All promotions are subject to qualification and eligibility requirements. Rewards issued as non-withdrawable site credit bonus bets unless otherwise provided in the applicable terms. Rewards subject to expiry. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, help is available. Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hi, I'm Matt Paul, president of DTE Electric. When we invest, it works. While we're investing more than ever to build a smarter, more reliable grid, we're also focused on reducing costs to keep bills as low as possible. We recently saved $300 million from operational efficiencies and lower fuel costs, and we're passing all of those savings on to our customers. DTE is committed to keeping your bills affordable.
Picture this. You walk into a Tim Hortons and get a warm toasted English muffin or a buttery biscuit layered with fluffy fresh cracked eggs, melty cheese, and savory sausage or bacon. Now imagine that breakfast sandwich for just $3 when you buy any size coffee, hot or cold, because when you're running on empty, you want a breakfast that does more than just fills you up. So start your morning with Tim's, because you deserve a breakfast that's as good as your day is going to be. Limited time at participating U.S. restaurants. Offer valid only during breakfast hours. Exclusions apply. Additional terms apply.
Why do so many students trust Grand Valley State University to prepare them for their lives and careers? Because they know personal attention and practical experience are competitive advantages. Grand Valley delivers a big school experience with a small school feel, because shared community leads to individual success. Learn more at gvsu.edu.
Wow, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Injured? Call 1-800-CALL-SAM because we're Michigan's most experienced personal injury law firm.
More Mojo in seconds.
Verizon. Listen, it's Kev here, and I got to let you know about Total Wireless, the wireless provider that's truly in your corner. See, Total Wireless has unlimited phone plans starting at $25 a month per line. But the best part is that Total Wireless runs on the #1 network in Detroit, so you get unlimited data that never slows you down. So what are you waiting for? Stop by your nearest store today. In times of traffic, your data may be temporarily slower. Additional terms apply. Rankings based on Root Metrics, Detroit Root Score Report, first half 2025.
This report is sponsored by Shannon Roofing.
Weather today, lots of sunshine and a high of 66. Tomorrow, partly sunny and highs up near 70.
Shannon Roofing, Michigan's roofing experts that offer transparent pricing and a lifetime transferable warranty. With a 4.9 rating on Google reviews, why choose anyone else? Visit Shannon Roofing at mymichiganroof.com.
Add the Mojo in the Morning Show to your presets on our free iHeartRadio app. And never miss a show.
Your call may be monitored or recorded.
All right, it is our last qualifier of the morning, but we still have contests. We got a chance for you to win another $1,000 coming up here with Pay Your Bills. That will be after War of the Roses. And you can listen throughout the day to find the fob when you are listening to Detroit's channel 955. You can go check them out on the iHeartRadio app, too, if you're in one of our other than Detroit cities, for chances to win, like we do, right around the bottom of the hour. Latrice is a winner. Congratulations, Latrice.
Oh my God. Hi, Mojo.
Hi,
Shannon,
Latrice.
Megan, Kevin.
Good morning.
Latrice, let's get you into a brand new car. We got to shout out our friends over at Moran Chevrolet, where you could be driving a brand new Chevy.
Yes.
Latrice is driving
Thank
what?
you.
What are you driving right now?
I'm driving a 2012 Ford Escape.
Let's get a lot of Escapes, by the way. A
That's
very popular
great.
car that a lot of people are trying to win a new car with. So congratulations to you. We're going to set you up with
Thank you.
the chance to win Find the Fob May the 2nd, okay?
Okay.
All right, hold on one second. Lydia will be talking to you next. Be nice to her because we were mean to her yesterday.
Okay, thank you.
All right, hold on one second. War of the Roses, if you think that you're being cheated on, text cheater to 95500.
Catching cheaters and proud of it.
Ow, I'm sorry.
It's your home for War of the Roses on Mojo in the Morning.
Erica thinks her boyfriend is cheating. Erica, how long have you guys been together?
8 years.
8 years. And
Yes.
it's also something interesting is that 8 years and you've been waiting for him to propose. And now you are starting to think that there's somebody else in his life. Why is that?
So I found a condom in his car, and I kind of confronted him about it.
Like an unused condom?
Yeah.
And do you guys use condoms?
We do, but I thought it was really weird. Like, why would he have it in his car? Just like one condom.
Usually you guys, if you guys are going to use condoms, like you guys have them together. It's like you think
Well,
that he's just
we ha-
keeping it in his car for somebody else.
Yeah, we have them in our bedroom.
Is it the same
You
kind
know?
of condoms that you normally use?
Yeah. Yeah, it is the same kind
So
of thing.
I'm assuming you asked him about it, and what did he say?
He said that he wanted to try and use things with me, maybe having sex in new places, and which I found really strange because he's never mentioned that to me before.
I think that it seems like it could be a possibility that this is the case. I think I'd be a little bit more suspicious of him if it was a different condom or if it was, something else besides this. But that's all you're going off of, or is there anything else that you haven't told us about?
Yeah, I mean, he did cheat like at the beginning when we first started going out.
8 years
the
ago
first
when you
year.
guys got together?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
And do you believe that it was something that at that time, because you obviously went 8 years of being together and haven't thought anything, do you think maybe this is something that he's just been good about covering up for himself and covering his tracks?
I haven't really doubted him in like the last 8 years. I didn't think that he had done anything else. I have no reason to think that he lied to me or cheat to me in the
Until
last 8
this.
years. But to me, it's really strange.
This is weird. Yeah.
All right, we're going to call him up to see where he's going to send a dozen free roses. I want you to do us a favor and mute your phone. We're hoping that the flowers go to Erica. Stay there. Do not say a word, though, okay, until we say something to you.
Okay.
All right, mute the phone. Where are the roses?